a little bit more often as of recent. Just like, you know, I'll wake up, I'll probably be, you know, do my scans, still kind of do the same routine, but kind of just sit on my hands because the opportunity is not really there. Like if it's not really there, then I'm just going to go do something else, right? It's not really...
Nothing wrong with that.
You don't really have to trade every single day, especially when you're building specific playbooks, right? They're not going to show up every day.
What the hell?
Doesn't mean you're not in front of the screen or kind of like still putting in reps in other aspects of your trading, but
well said, man.
Definitely one for taking a break and
like,
just chilling out.
Probably get more discerning as you become a better and a more skilled trader. You know exactly when you need to be sitting on your hands and when the opportunities lie. I'm
trying to build that level of awareness for sure. Yeah.
All right, guys. I have to cover this. WETO is going here, guys. Here's a $21 area. 22 incoming. It's going to limit up 22.29. WETO is ripping. It's a 23.73 high. There's limit up 22.29. We need to stay at this level here for 10 seconds. What a move up here. Good on you guys for sticking with your guns on WETO. There it goes. Very happy for everybody because you guys were all over this. I refused to trade it. It just didn't meet my parameters. And now they have a 23.46 tap. Oh, baby.
Nice.
Someone's going to print up. Yeah, Casey's already yelling the booms. Bovin is yelling booms. WETO break 24 has room to 32, according to the OG Bovin. Shout out to Arun Warrior. Shout out to who else, man? Lele, I'm up on WETO. Get it, Lele. We hope you print up multiple storms on your side of the screen there, but we are overtime.
Yes, it is 1 o'clock.
Send them off.
All right, guys. I'll be seeing you guys later on this week, so stick around. You'll see Joe's back on the midday tomorrow as well, so you see Joe and Sharif there. But yeah, off to Neil and Sean. Take it away, boys.
Take care, guys.
All right, it's back over to us. We're sitting here relaxing. Hope everyone enjoyed the midday show. Some good talk there. I see Obi was looking for that reversion once again, as we saw that dog. Get that dog in you over there. So we're, I'm short SpaceX. That's about it right now. We're just short here at 147 3/4. So, well, I mean, look, I just took something off at 35 there. I was waiting for 15s, and then we'll see if we can break through VWAP. You know, that's basically going to be the play. I tried it right when we left. Well, not when we left, but at 11:30. I tried it against these levels, and that didn't work. It didn't even pop that much. It just popped into 150, but I put the stop in, gets executed. So kind of glad that it did. But then there's that 150 retrace again from the top on SpaceX. So yeah, welcome back, everybody. We'll be talking about this, man, that WETO. I heard Sharif just talking about that there. There's RETO, WETO, WETO, and RETO moving around here.
Reto.
Oh, we just got the Bronx in the building, just got halted here as well.
BX Connect.
Yeah, BRNX over here just got halted up a little bit there as well. So we'll have to wait to see what Bronx Tales is up to. The other one was I don't know which one Sharif was talking about, RE or WE?
I think it was WE.
WE, okay, because yeah, RETO just opened up and is ripping right now up to 150, yeah. But we'll wait to see what winds up happening with all of these plays. Okay, there it is. We did get that trade, so there it is, man. It's a banger right there for me anyways, there on SpaceX. I mean, I wanted to go longer into this trade, so let's wait to see. Once we give up this 147, I'm bidding 146 55s and then 146 flat. Let's see if we actually get a VWAP break for the first time today here on SpaceX. It's the first time we tested it. And we're going to wait to see. I mean, it bounced off VWAP right there. There's 147. Not worried about that size at all. It's 86 million shares on the day. So let's wait to see if we could take it out. We could take the profit right here, but let's keep going on this one. We had almost a unit, and now we have 7/10 of a unit. So we'll take out roughly 20 to 25% of our positions right here. And now we just wait to see if VWAP is a thing or not. If it is, we can get out, right? If VWAP retrace back into the 200 period is never a good sign. So 148.50 or so out if we break upside right now. We'll give it a go. We're short right now on SpaceX. So that's about it for me over here. Oh, you got Battle.
Well,
I saw USO going hard.
Yeah, so first things first, I'm going to let you guys know there's a bit of it's like a chart data issue. So if it's like anything that's new that you try to pull up that maybe you haven't, that you're pulling up for the first time, for myself here, like my black charts, which have had USO up all day, no problem. And then some of the charts that I'll be showing you guys, like these charts, they're okay on the 15-minute. So any stock that we were looking at all day long should be okay when I show my 15. But I tried to pull up Battle, and the issue is this one is not showing any data because I just threw it up there. But it's basically playing off of USO. Right? Like it spiked to the high, USO just put in another top and pulled back. So I just jumped in on a bit of a reversion idea for BATL. But keep in mind, a bunch of some charts are better than others. But just understand like a few things that I'm going to pull up, like SpaceX, I think some are fine and some are better than others, but some are going to be a complete mess. But you know what? What is not going to be a problem at all, ever, is seeing updates from OGEN. That's Origenics on the NYSE American. They've activated their phase 2A clinical trial in Australia and have their first site fully operational, and patient dosing is now expected next. They're developing ONP-002. That's an intranasal treatment that targets concussion and mild traumatic brain injury. This is an area where there are currently no FDA-approved therapies. Alongside that, Origenics has spent the past year strengthening its balance sheet, raising capital, resolving liabilities, and restoring exchange compliance. The focus now shifts to execution, with clinical progress underway and additional CNS assets under evaluation. Shout out to Origenics, ticker OGEN. You can find them, like we said, on the NYSE American. I was asked why I got out of Beyond Meat, because this candle tricked me out. And if it goes higher, and this is another one of these charts, so right around here we started having issues. It looks like everything from 10:30 on some of these charts. But there was a volume spike at the low, almost the biggest one of the day, that I immediately put a trail in the second. It was seemed like it was a low of the day type volume, but it is bouncing off 1150. If it pops back to VWAP, I do want to try to get short this name again. And Volcan with a super chat. It was a Volcan Sichik? Sichik? Volcan. Let's call him Volcan.
Volcan, you know what? I can't remember. You see, did I buy any memory stocks lately? But I can't remember if I did. It's too highbrow for everybody. I get it.
I got it.
I know you did. Right there. But okay. What I do, I'm going to answer that in a second. What I remember is writing down 78 for the TQQs. And then I just came in now and I was like, let's just see what the top was on the TQQs today. 77.90s. Yeah, 11.10. All right. Thankfully, though, we get our fill on SpaceX. So we're still in 65% of that. No, I did not buy anything in the memory space. The latest thing I did was, and I don't know if this is going to be a good move or not, I got out of some AMD there around that. The average price was around that 520 or so. So it's kind of got some out at 495. I got some out at 540. And we did that all in front of you guys as well. So, but that was anyways, and bought some more Intel. I bought some Intel at $98. So INTC. Nothing, and I don't know if that's going to be a good trade or not. Nothing in the memory space, though, yet that I can remember. But I do think Micron is a great buy, honestly. You know, with its PE still super, it's under 10, but it's always a low PE on Micron. Oh, yeah, my chart's now doing the same thing there. So it's just on the daily, there still is room to run on Micron. And it doesn't seem like the supply glut is actually a glut at all. There's not enough supply of the memory chips. So I think that's a good safe bet there. And I was actually thinking today, and I didn't realize SKHY, when we brought it up this morning, was a huge, had this run over the last, I don't know, 5 days. I was thinking that down in this area, it was probably something decent because a name that's, relatively unknown. I mean, everybody in the know knows about it, but a name that's just come to market, it's kind of like SpaceX. Like it figures out what its range is going to be, and then it just proceeds to regularly scheduled programming, right? And with the memory names, that's an upside play. If I was going to give any recommendations about anything there, I would say if you like the space, just get into it with DRAM, because then you're not suffering See, there's the chart's going to be on anything that we really haven't called up. I think we discussed that a little bit already there. But I think DRAM does have a chance to be a good buy at this level with an upside take. I don't know if we're going to go all the way back there, but you're trying to take out the 50-period moving average. So kind of like that play overall. I think the safest play in the book right now would be Nvidia. And I know that's not a memory name, but in the whole space, like you're seeing Marvell up or down 6 or 7% almost every day, it seems like. And Nvidia, although it's been, trying to shy away a little bit from its all-time high, but you're $10 away from that. And, you can add $4 or $5 to this thing tomorrow, and then all of a sudden you're right back into that space. And very good hold of the 200-period moving average that's happened over the last couple months there twice. So upside, I believe in Nvidia as an upside move there. So, unfortunately, it kind of sucks. I never got in. I mean, this company here, Palantir, is a different story, but we never got into anything memory related. So there it is. Yeah, we're over 1,800, wasn't it?
I saw 17.6. So thank you, Corey Burke. We're now up to 1,764.
I still think it needs to be reloaded. I thought it was higher, but maybe it's right.
Well, we're 35% of the way.
Yeah,
we've broken 35% of the way to the goal. And if you're wondering, what are we talking about? It's Chop for Charity. Scan the QR code right in front of you. Fabian, who's on our production team, and there's a picture of the hair. He's going to chop it off, cut it off, and donate to charity Angel Hair for Kids. We're doing it August 28th live on the show, so thank you, Corey, for that donation. Yes, you can. The link is also in the description. You'll see it pinned in the chat as well. So we'll have a little bit of fun with it, but it's all for a great cause, and I need to refresh it every single time because there you go. There's that 1768 or 64. Well, it's better if I do the VWAP though. So one of the solutions for the charts this afternoon is anything I've already called up. My 15 minutes good, and my 3-minute is usually crap. So I'm going to try to rely on those just so visually you guys can get a better sense of what we're looking at. I'll just go with the chart that's working. SMCI, this was the one that got me this morning. And the worst part about it is the thesis short under the prior low was right. It just wicked out and did not jump back in while we're playing other names. But now that you're off the low, 38.2 is this local high. I want to short pops into 38.2. Been trend down. And this was a name that's been weak all day. It was down 2% when the market, like this morning when the market opened up. And most of the chip names were gapped higher, and this one was a little bit lower. And this is coming off, but they blew it out, and we're actually running pretty strongly on earnings or post their earnings. Just seems like it ran into a bit of a top at that 40 level. So I want to try to short the pop if we can here. And yes, I know Manning Vision. It's 1738, but what do you want me to do? It was 1764, so I said 1768. Hey, because VWAP that's an old song too.
I think so.
But for some reason, there's something about it, like it's coming back because
is it?
My daughter was saying, she's 9 years old, and she was saying 1738 at the dinner table the other day. I'm like, you don't even know that song, and there's no chance I want you, listening to VWAP. They don't even know what that song is about.
Neither do I. I don't. What is 1738?
So it's just something that gets said in Trap Queen. It's I think it's the name of their clique.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever, but that entire song.
No, I know this. I just didn't know what it meant. I don't know. This WETO. I don't know, man. My kids listen to everything. WETO, $25. Good open, it looks like, for them. It's trying to take out the highs. High of 25.62. Now open and trying to go again. It hasn't really been too aggressive on this last open. I mean, I guess when we opened up, looks like 24.50. So you're kind of right there still. Bounced up to 25.50, down to 20. I guess almost halted down. Gap fill right there. I'm not smart enough to know, if we open up below this gap, do we continue? But to me, that would make a lot of sense if you fill this gap, and then everybody that's sort of bag holding through this whole move would potentially, and you guys tell me, I mean, some of you, I guess, have been bag holders in these kind of names. Where is the get out here? I think if you take out this, then you start to worry about this $17, $18 level. So that seems like this break right now of $23, which is, I don't know, I say it's inevitable, but it could be happening sooner rather than later. If and when that breaks, that's going to create another halt. So if you're long on WETO, that's WeTour, WeChat, then you want to make sure you get out on that one. All right, there's Warner Brothers.
Heidi ho. Can you explain why you went long WBD? Here, this chart actually is semi-working, so it's missing in the middle, but it's got all the stuff from yesterday. And when I say yesterday, I mean Friday, obviously. So if you look at this, so the bigger story is that they got a bunch of approvals required to close the deal. So there's just a few regulatory hurdles left. It's like 31 in cash, but the last couple of sessions, it's been strong. And if you look at where this resistance to support turned in, it was about this 27.7. And then all day on Friday, just held that low. And then there were some big spikes in the afternoon, like spiked up, and then a spike up at the close on volume. So once I saw it drift down, bounce, it's like a reversion play, scalp out to VWAP. I'd like to reload off the absolute bottom. And then if it does some kind of an afternoon churn like it did on Friday, I'm already sitting in it off of the low. So just a pretty simple, if it breaks the low, I can just get out of it. But it's already gone to VWAP for the scalp. But after seeing what happened on Friday, like it was able to do like a late 1% move. So I want to see if it can pull that again with pretty low risk. The other thing I said, I was looking at SMCI and yeah, ooh, yes, this chart. But at least the good news is the wick that I want to get it into is showing up on the chart from 38.2. So it's not breaking through 38 just yet, but once it gets up there, I want to look to be able to fade it if we can. I have the scanners up, but nothing crazy is popping off on volume. It's a relatively low volume day. One name that might be in play this afternoon off of the low is Intel. So it bounced 102 to 103, 103 to 104, and then when it went 104 to 106, I was already out of it. But this one looks like it's holding on to the low. Let me just double check, because I don't see this chart's complete. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want to make, some of my charts are complete, just going to double check. It is trending down, so I'd like to see it maybe put another bottoming tail off the 102 before trying to get too involved in this. But it's getting close to support here on Intel. That was a good long off the open. And the story with Intel this morning was Lip Bhutan, CEO, popping 10 million shares, or sorry, 10 million, was it $10 million worth of shares?
Yeah.
Yeah, $10 million worth of shares, I believe, of Intel.
Total holdings 1.3 million, if I remember correctly.
There you go. So, and it's a stock that didn't have a lot of insider buying to begin with. So there's been a lot of shakeup in the stock. So the CEO picking up shares.
Imagine owning 1.3 million shares of a stock that's $105. I mean, these CEOs, we just talk about them like, but these guys are absolutely filthy rich, loaded. I mean, that Lip Bhutan is a $100 million position.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Yeah, just looking, trying to figure out basically what to do with this space. So I mean, now SpaceX is $1.50. I'm bidding here at 12s. I don't really, just ahead of 10 basically. And we're gonna, I was just looking at it like going short off the 200 period moving average. I mean, that was a good one. Like I'm trying to feel everything out so I can just do better next time. I mean, I still feel like this is a pretty, good look. I mean, we can get out right now for $1.50, but it's like, do I hold it? Do we really think that we are, dipping down more than this? We've seen SpaceX obviously go on some nice runs in the afternoon. We've also seen it go the other way. So it's just kind of a risk. And now I was just trying to think like, where now would our outs be, on this kind of a move down, because we don't necessarily want to be in this because it could just go against, I'm talking to myself. I'll put bid of 39, maybe I get some fills. Just don't necessarily want this to go all the way back up and I have to make a decision, and I still have right now like 70% of this trade. So we'll put another bid out, just bid 39s to see if we get hit. Remember, this is like not retail trading, so we're on a prop floor. So every trade, see, I'm bidding 39, so I'm in this group somewhere here. So if I get hit there, they're gonna pay me. It's gonna be small amounts. I'm not sitting here with 1,000 shares or anything. And it's only $2 per 1,000 or so that you get paid. But at least it's a rebate, so it does help you. There it is. So it does help you with your day-to-day fee management. So, I'd rather kind of sit there most of the time and take those fills rather than punching in and punching out, because often I will punch in and punch out. It's just trying to save a little bit of those fees on a play like that. Okay, now it's coming back in, so I'm still bidding that 12. And if that gets filled, then we'll have about, I would say about 40% left, and then we'll let it run, right? Okay, there it is. Did we just get it? No. What did we just bounce off of? Oh my God, that printed 13s. 12 was just on the bid there, and I missed it again. All right, well, here we go. See, this is what always happens, and then I get mad and I bid like 20s, and then I get filled, and then it tanks. But we'll just wait for 12s, whatever. Good look there on the stock. So that is SpaceX. And why did we go short on it? I felt like VWAP was going to get tested, and if we were wrong, we were going to get out. I mean, I can tell you right now, my stop is 148.60s. So there was a little bit of risk in this trade, right? I was giving it 60, 70 cents. And I was looking for a little bit more as well to see if we could get a little bit. But so a little bit risky. So it's only $1.50 in the money right now. But all right, come on, just swipe one more time down. I'll just prove to everybody that I'm bidding 12s right now. But okay, hopefully that comes back in. That's SpaceX right now, trying to get a little lower. So, other than that, man, that WETO does not halt again. So that would be something else to look for. Neil's still in WBD and Battle. We just sort of talked about those two names a little bit. Nvidia. What else do you guys want to talk? Cerebras was going off this morning, so we can have a quick look there. That SpaceX just bounced off 20. So I'm just going to put my bid now. See, I told you I would wind up doing this. Let's go to 26s now on SpaceX, because that's a pretty nice bounce, right? And again, depending on how many shares you're taking, like, that sucks. Because all of a sudden, like, you're moments away from getting that fill and relieving some of the pressure and putting some of that money in your pocket, only to see it now bounce back up 40, 50 cents. So that part, it's like, I don't know how we nailed, like, that went to, like, I'm showing 12.5 there. So I think it probably did break and then ran right into me. So we'll wait. Hopefully it comes back down in, but there it is, man. Nice downside trade for SpaceX. That's now starting to catch a little bit of a bid. Not reloading this one.
Not a lot of volume.
Till we get back up to 148.20 or so.
There's not a lot of volume on that bounce, though. That's the thing. Like, nothing is happening crazy on volume. But okay, that's fine. We had a question. I'll get to this AXTI in a second. But Cheese in a Chair with the super chat. Appreciate you. Vincent Daniel recently talked about Nvidia's financing cooperative with BN, KKR, BlackRock, and others. It's worth watching. Private equity is going to bring a ton of cash to the AI build-out. Well, that is true, and they're turning compute into a commodity, which is a very interesting development. So I don't think anybody, I don't know who knows exactly how that is going to play out. I feel like initially when you commoditize it, you might be opening up a little bit of a can of worms when compute starts getting bet on by the markets. I think it's fantastic for trading, for excitement. It remains to be seen how that ends up playing out for all the stakeholders. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It doesn't help the narrative that everything is seeming frothy and you're getting the circular and everyone's concerned about how to raise the next dollar. It's not going to quell any of those concerns whatsoever. But right now, the printers keep printing. And even if you think that there's going to be a crash, like, there aren't the signs yet that it's happening. That's sort of the thing. Like, there isn't really anything that's showing you that it's imminent. Like, it could be another year before things swing around. Before we go to Adair at the screen, there was a question about AXTI. So the wafer companies have been fantastic, and this one with a good continuation. Sorry, this one is again missing a little bit of data. Yeah, I'll just put up the daily chart. That's better. But a clean breakaway here on the daily for AXTI. Psychologically, $100 is out there, but there's about 110 area that has some resistance on it. As far as today, what I wanted to say is it's kind of rolling over. I can't show you a trend break, but it is starting to lose that top and lose contain for a little bit of a rollover on AXTI. But a fantastic day, 18% to the upside, clean break on the daily chart. That's pretty much everything you need. And Adaira's got everything you need at the big screen. Well, I should be saying from the window to the wall, because she's at the wall, not the big screen.
It's time for another update of To the Window, to the Wall, where I pull up an infographic window and we talk about it on the wall. Now, I could have gone with a whole bunch. I've got a whole bunch of 13F infographics going. Could have talked about those. Could have talked about Snapchat, but it's me, so why not talk about a really obscure story I haven't seen anybody mention all day? It's L3Harris. I want to talk about this. The stock was down last time I checked a couple hours ago, roughly 4% on the day. I haven't posted this visual yet. It's going to get posted, I think, early tomorrow afternoon around 12:30 or so. But this story is really interesting. So L3Harris, guys, in case you missed it, announced, first it was reported, then it was later confirmed and announced this morning, their CEO, Chris Kubasik, is stepping down from the company due to an internal investigation. Later reports suggest he had an affair with a subordinate. But regardless here, he's being replaced by a man named Sam Mehta. Now, I looked into Sam Mehta. He's only been with L3Harris for 3 years, which for someone to become a CEO after only 3 years internal in the company is not like a lot of time. So I don't know. I found this whole story really interesting. I suspect we might hear more about Mr. Kubasik and his ouster in the coming days and weeks. But either way here, I wanted to look at L3Harris's revenue with this in mind. Now, if you're thinking, wow, that revenue is flat, That's what I was thinking too. We really don't have much variance here on a quarter-over-quarter basis. The smallest amount of revenue I found here, Q1 2025, this is 5.1 billion. The largest, to be fair, the most recent quarter, Q2 2026, coming in at 5.9 billion. But like, hey, L3Harris, maybe you can crack that, $6 billion revenue area. The other thing that's interesting here with L3Harris is their relationship with Palantir. Now, I first heard of Chris Kubasik, the now ousted CEO of L3Harris, because he did an interview with Alex Karp, CEO of Palantir, I want to say going back to May 2025 on CNBC, during which, Alex Karp got a lot of attention for saying things like they should change the Department of Defense, the Department of Offense, and Chris Kubasik was just kind of there. So anyways, it's an interesting look here. This infographic can be found, as I mentioned, on XTV Research tomorrow, early afternoon, late morning. So you can get a little bit more information then if you're curious. But yeah, just a story that I didn't see discussed too much that I thought might be interesting to look at, and maybe a day 2 trade tomorrow. Back to you.
Talk about steady revenues, but not really growing.
Yeah.
Very, very steady. We got a gift. Thank you, Ralph from the BDA. Thank you for the donation.
Wow, there
Ralph,
we go.
Ralph Frampton, I should say.
Yeah, he's not from Brampton.
I know. I see the Brampton. I'm like, Ralph Frampton, another $50 donation. So that is all going to a great charity. Chop for charity, Angel Hair for Kids. Shout out to Fabian for doing this. But we thank you for all the donations. That gets us over the 1,800 mark.
Ooh, yeah.
1,800, cha-ching. I could hit the.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It means a lot.
So we're good to go. We're locked in. I want to see us get to that 2,000 by tomorrow. Crack that 2,000 mark, and then we can get geared up for the big push. Because we only have a couple of weeks.
Same thing. It's actually
11 days.
It's a little more than 50%. Your next trade will be a winner if you do make that donation.
57%.
57. Oh, I didn't dig that deep.
It's been creeping up. It's been getting a little bit better.
That's a big one. I donate some of my hair to that cause, but that wouldn't lead to $5,000 over there. Yeah, okay. So
25 cents for me.
Thanks, Fabian, for doing all that. I mean, that's great. And I know that's sort of been a plan of his for a while. So 28 inches of hair this gentleman has, and it's crazy. I think it took him 3 to 4 years to go, and we'll chop it off, donate it, and start the cycle all over again. But Fabian, are you going to buzz the whole thing, or are you just going to leave like a little bit? Like, are you planning on a style or anything like that? You just go like straight to the. Yeah. I just mean like, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, at 2. Yeah, that's pretty.
A 2?
That's a pretty good buzz cut right there. At 2, I would say.
Well, I mean, going from what he's dealing with.
That'd just be nice and short. Like,
for sure.
I also have a feeling like you should step on the scale before and after. Like, see if you
how
just
much
you just lost 5 pounds right there of hair.
Over a pound of hair, he said.
Yeah. I was just joking. Obviously, it's not gonna be 5 pounds of hair. But yeah, check that out. And then I also guarantee that it's gonna feel like air conditioner just hit this guy, because running around outside in the summer when we're talking about how humid it is around here, and all of a sudden it's just like bye hair. I think it's gonna be a nice little relief.
Wait till if you keep it short in the winter, you'll see why brothers be wearing toques.
Yeah.
When it gets even like a little bit cold, you gotta do something to warm the dome. Like all the heat just gone.
Yeah, he's gonna experience that for the first time, which is very soon. So SpaceX coming back up.
Bitcoin.
Now, it's not that it's coming back up into VWAP, it's coming back up into the 50-period moving average right here. So I'm going to try a short. I'm going to tighten this up. I'm going to tighten it up to a 200-period moving average break, which will give me, it's close enough to sort of what I was dealing with. I was going to go I told you 148.50. So now we'll just tighten it up just a little bit, like 148.31s there. See, remember I told you like I wasn't feeling that great about it? Like the fact that it bounced off of like basically my order makes me feel, I don't like it. So now it's like something about that. So 148.31, stop order's now in. I think we'll take a little bit more at 148, like where we took this trade, and then just give it. And if it breaks, man. I mean, not much we could do. We took profit on this, but we still are holding. We've added back. So now we have about 60% or so of what we had initially, but we did cover some. So it's going to be a winning trade as of now, but potentially turning against us here, SpaceX. So I'm happy with it. There's the average in. We just took it right now at 32, so it's flat on that average. It does get as high as 60s. I don't have any other offers because I wasn't really planning on it coming back up, but we'll put one around 148 and get a little bit there, and then see if there is a downside push after that. But yeah, not really, setting the world on fire here with anything. Like my scanner looks like this.
The volumes are
Broadcom, this is from 213. So these are different. I heard Obi mention looking for things that are developing into a possible trade, right? There's really nothing to even zoom in on here, Fabian, but I do appreciate that. It's just Broadcom, JP Morgan, Broadcom, Nvidia. And I just want to show you the times all into here. Like this goes to 1250. There, it's probably that TQQ trade up there at 78. But there's not much. It's all the same names. There's just not a whole heck of a lot going on right now in the market. So we'll continue to look at SpaceX and any other kind of name that you guys want. That WETO has not done anything since we last talked about it.
WETO or RETO, both those small cappers.
Yeah,
Throw questions at us if you want.
Nothing.
Oh, we got another one. Joshua M. Mania.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
the
go.
amount you donate doesn't matter.
Just
we're going to call you out.
Whatever you can.
Yeah, it's like whatever you're comfortable doing. It is a great cause there. Wigs for kids there. So it reminds me of that song, 1877. Is that right? Cars for Kids. Donate your cars today. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. So, if you want to donate your cars, do that as well. But
when you listen to CNBC,
is that what's all the time on there?
So if you listen to the Sirius broadcast, the podcast version, that's like one of the main sponsors. So if you're listening, whatever, it just comes on all the time.
That's also the song. It's
it's something
Ted
else.
Danson. The song. Oh, what's it called? The Other Place or something with Ted Danson where they're dead, but anyways, I don't want to ruin it for anybody else, but there's something about it's a Netflix show. And that song's in there.
Netflix show with Ted Danson.
Yeah, he's a bunch of he's the star. There's 2 seasons of it. The Other Place?
Why do I not know this? I don't know. I
Man in the Middle.
Man on the Inside?
Man on the Inside.
Man
on the Inside. Yeah, it's a good one. So he kind of goes, but no, that's a different one. That's not the one I'm talking about, but that is a good show, Man on the Inside.
The Good Place.
The Good Place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, that one I've heard of.
Yeah, but Man on the Inside, you could actually, I think you could probably watch that one with Aaron, actually. Man on the Inside. It's like a guy. Oh, WETO just halted right there, upside through 26 right here as it continues to go higher. $26, bless you there on WETO. You sneeze and this stock halts right there. So a nice upside move. Randy?
My bad.
Randy, I think the supervision's done on the other side. So I think Randy's gone.
Oh, let's take a picture
but there it goes there. 26 breaking higher there on WETO. The Halt spot 20. It's changing as we speak, but 26.32 was where it went out at. I just saw the tap at 26.50. It's now at 26.32. So it's like the same thing, same price right now. We'll look for some price discovery on that one. And of course, it can't be a SpaceX trade without some stress. And, it comes right back up to those levels. I'm not going to, honestly, man, I had like 10% sitting down here. So I would either be losing just on a little bit less than what I have right now. So it's not that. It just would have been nice to get that fill. And it's always funny when I think it bounced off my order there. So that kind of sucks. But we'll get going on that one now. And hopefully some downside action coming through now on SpaceX. I am waiting at 148 just to get a little bit more. And then we'll adjust it from there and just try to add to one full unit. So we'll take like another. I only have 6/10 right now, 60%. So we'll put some offers there at 147.90 to get us that full, and then we'll go off of that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Again, I'm going to refresh my e-signal because I feel like there's actually more happening.
No, probably not. I did get into that SMCI I was mentioning off of 38, but I'll show you why I'm using a 15-minute chart. SMCI is one of these stocks where I have almost no data. So you're not seeing most of the day, but I want to be able to see how it clearly is trending down. Like that's about as clear as it gets. From the pre-market, it's trend down. So this 38.10, that last wick, if it breaks that, it's breaking the trend line, which makes it an easy out. So short as close to 38 as possible. The low of the day sits 37.6. I just got some underneath the 37. Like 37.80 something or whatever. And I was asking in chat, it's like, oh, you're always looking at IBIT. Why not today? I made it the lesson of the day today that I should have been continuation long on IBIT. It was a mistake. It was 4 days in a row short, and then it did a good bounce and then a reversal in the morning on Friday into a long, which was only okay, but the better long was today. Gapped up, pulled back, held the prior day high, and then just was a breakout trade. I had one scalp short, which I think it did exactly to me what happened to you, where my first bid did not get hit, And well, I mean, whatever. I got wicked out, but my first bid did not get hit a 1-to-1. And then right after I wicked out, it probably would have been a winning trade, but it doesn't really make a difference. This stock should have been a long today. It was 4 days in a row short, and then Friday was a reversal day. The first thought should have been going long on IBIT, but it wasn't. I wasn't really thinking about IBIT today for whatever reason, which I think was a bit of a mistake. Is this chart working now? No.
No, I did refresh.
I'm sorry. Like I'd love to show you. Okay, actually, my black chart's not that bad.
Yeah, don't you log into eSignal?
No, but here I can show you on Battle. I'm missing less data here. So this is the high from Friday on Battle at 140. It wicked it by a cent 3 times. So I just shorted 40 evens, and if it breaks the high, it's an easy out. And here's what's happening in USO. So USO is coming back. So I'm just getting out all the way back to where Battle was before. It's like risk a penny to make 4 kind of deal. But you can't even. This chart's probably not going to show anything, and it's just one of those symbols. So again, let us know what you guys are watching. Chef Joe is saying CoreWeave. Ooh, what was CoreWeave? CoreWeave had such a good move last week.
Yeah, those 2 moves back and forth.
Like it was 2 massive ones. It was on Monday. It was Tuesday. Right at the close, and then the gap up, and then the breakout there on Wednesday. Ooh, I like that reversal. Hey, this looks pretty strong. That's not so bad, CoreWeave. It's not so bad at all, but with WBD making that, see, it's doing that thing. Remember I was telling you that WBD did this random, anyways, it holds the level, and then on Friday, like right off of this support level, it just starts randomly blasting into the highs. So it's like, yeah, well, if that kind of nonsense happens again, I just want to be sitting in the long off of the low, risking a couple of pennies and playing into the high. And lo and behold, the same thing happens. So I'm just going to get on the offer there, and we'll go back to CoreWeave. Yeah, this is breaking out. Why is CoreWeave breaking right now? It's one of the only things going. So, hey, if you were able to find that one, it's powering up for you. And I have Mario on the mind because ever since Mario Galaxy came to Amazon Prime, it's the only thing my daughter wants to watch. So I have
that new one. I didn't really like the new one. I know we went to see that in the theater.
I thought the first one was so much better than the second movie. But Erin is in love with the second one. She thinks it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, but this is a pretty clean breakaway here on CoreWeave. Just remember, it topped out at 110. This is a legitimate wick at the open on Friday. 110 resistance, and it's getting very, very close to the 110 level for sure. So just watch out for it. No news or anything as to why it's going. But pure ecstasy are Apple and Rivian good buys in the super chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm not the person to ask about Rivian. I remember I read something about a positive story with regards to their automated driving. I don't know what their version is called, right? But I read a good story. I read a story of how that's progressing, and they're still behind Tesla, but they're trying to catch up, and they're seeing some positivity there.
We just touched $29 on WETO.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Apple, I always like Apple. Maybe a little bit further back, if it gets to the 200 period, would be fantastic on Apple. But Rivian, I can't really say. Like, I was in it for a while and got a couple of decent bounces, one of which I took advantage of. The second one was like 50% bounce the first time. The second time I took nothing and ended up getting out flat. And it's right back. I could probably buy some of the same prices in a week or two, but I'll stay away. Apple, I like the 300 level, but I think the 200 period is where it makes a little bit of sense to me, as it's trending back off of the high. So maybe I just like the 200 period moving average, speaking for myself on a stock like Apple.
Yeah, I think Apple, I think you can buy Apple. I mean, I think that Apple, a little bit of China worry there, but I think with that foldable that's coming through and, more talk about Apple, some of the components, I don't know if they'll have to go to China for it or not. But a lot of the fear in Apple, I think, is built into what their pricing is going to look like, and I think it's going to be fine. I just don't think that they're going to pass it on. It's going to, the consumer is going to take that. But at the end of the day, I think for Apple, they will pay. And also, the other thing about Apple, too, is that they're going to get subsidies from the carriers, right? So the Verizons of the world and whatnot are going to help subsidize all those phones. And you did hear even today, Sharif's like, I'm buying the Fold or whatever it was. So we'll see if that can take off. I do believe if anyone can get it right, Apple will get it right. And especially after there's been Samsung and Google and all that going through it. So they'll just like reverse engineer and figure that out. And just like they always do, that's part of what they do best. So I believe in Apple anyways at those levels. Okay, we reloaded it and I'm sitting at 05 right now. I'm part of that stack. So hopefully we get filled. There it is. Okay. So we got filled there at 05. So it didn't happen to us again. So that was good there on SpaceX. So just that, there's that reload that we kind of did right there. It's not even that huge. It was at 32. We'll take a little bit now out at VWAP. Again, too bad. We were waiting at 147.90, but whatever. Maybe it comes back up. We missed that by 5 cents. That would have put us into 1 unit. We still have half a unit or so left. We did have 6 tenths. Now we have 5 tenths, 50% left of a unit right now. So we'll see if we can get back a little bit lower there on SpaceX. That's too bad. We almost got a little bit more up there. It wouldn't have been the end of the world, but that would have been nice to take on that one. Okay, so that WETO opened back up, and just because this is doing the most volume, it's hitting all the scanners. And by the way, I did refresh, and yeah, I think that must have been stuck because it immediately told me that SOXL was at VWAP there. So we had that question about memory. I mean, this is SOXL, right? This is a triple levered ETF, or is it double? It's triple. And look what it's doing right now. This is a daily semiconductor triple levered ETF, and it can't even move right now. So, not much going on there. If you did want to look to see, AMD, something similar, like I don't really know a trade right there unless we can get back upside. Nothing really setting up for me. It shows MU at VWAP as well, so we can have a quick little look here on Micron. But
the problem is,
yeah, no, we don't have the chart, but whatever. The E-signal's at VWAP, so this is fine. So that's at VWAP there too. And then it has, okay, here's a name that maybe we haven't talked about in a minute. We did lose the bid on SoFi. SoFi is still up stock for me today. The only red stock that we're going to have is a Palantir today, which was fine. We can give some money back on Palantir, believe me, but I still don't like to have a loss. Yeah, and there it is at VWAP. So maybe there's something coming on here. Okay, SpaceX just tumbled a bit. Yeah, that's good. So just broke through 147, and now we're trying to hold it. All right, just the net change there, so I had to want to go back over and have a quick look. There goes Robinhood, bouncing off VWAP right there. So again, I like this stock. Maybe I like it more than SoFi. I don't know. I'm only in SoFi. I'm not in Robinhood. Robinhood still has a minute to go before its 200 period moving average. Where is that thing right now? Might even be, yeah, okay. So it's actually right at it right now. This is a pretty good inflection point right now for Robinhood. Good level there at 101 and change, trying to bounce off 95. We'll see if one of these levels winds up holding, but right now you're stuck in the middle. It doesn't look like a great trading opportunity here from an investing standpoint, but Robinhood right now trying to get it all figured out. I like their total addressable market. I think Robinhood is a winner there at some point. And then you're in battle, but I'll just get a check on oil.
USO's pulling back.
Is it? Okay, well, yeah, all right. Well, it's been on a nice run.
Something up with NBIS here.
Fill up your gas car, or fill up whatever car you have immediately. My car's full. They love your lessons from Lele Cove Cuckoo. What does that say? You are liking the lesson, so that is great. We appreciate that. That's at 12 p.m. every day. There's a lesson of the day, and then
NBIS,
isn't that near the highs?
Well, no, something's. I don't know. I was saying something might be happening with NBIS because we saw. I haven't seen anything, but we saw CoreWeave start breaking out and NBIS break down, which I find ironic because one of these companies has less than 1 to. I mean, look, NBIS debt to equity ratio was under 1, and CoreWeave's is like 10 to 1. Like they're just so different attitudes when it comes to debt, but it doesn't really make a difference for whatever reason. This one's headed to the downside. I have not seen or heard anything. Adara, any news?
People on social media, though, keep in mind, I think these people are very much like the pro Nebius people. They're like, oh, they're just shorts trying to get in because they want to take Nebius down. Like that's really the vibe I'm getting on social media. There is a couple people talking here about this Vineland meeting. I need to look more into that, but then most people are saying that any concerns about this Vineland meeting are overblown. I'm going to look into this Vineland thing.
Okay, well, for now, the price action is what it is. It is worth mentioning, it did sort of fail Friday's high a couple of times. Like in the morning, it was kind of gapped above and then failed at the open, and then you had a turn. Sorry, again, I'm missing a little bit of data. But it failed this 280 break, which was that high. So there's some, technical weakness, I suppose, for NBIS, but it doesn't really make a difference. All right, we got a bit of a reload there in SMCI. Oh, and I should mention, WD, that first spike. So at this point now, I'm just holding for the high. Here, this chart's, I think, working fine. Yeah, well, better. not perfect. But I'm just holding the last for the high. If this gets back underneath VWAP, then it's an easy out. So I'm just gonna move the stop from the LOD. Like we're only at 75s and the stop was at 73. Just only risking a couple of pennies. Like I said, risk a couple of pennies to make 10, 15. But VWAP breaks and I wanna be out of this. So that'll be down at like 80, down underneath 82. So we're gonna jump away from that, just go back over to SMCI and try to figure out what's going on with this NBIS and CoreWeave. Because they're moving. Oh, now CoreWeave's coming off as well. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. CoreWeave is now falling with NBIS, and it goes right into that 110 level. Yeah, CoreWeave might be an opportunity to jump into the short here. If it can settle down at 109. I like this one coming back.
All right, here we go, finally. All right, man, there goes SpaceX. Nice downside move right there. I mean, if you're with me, you're with me. There's the reload there, 147.30s. See ya. You know, obviously we get our, I was bidding 26s. Remember, I was like, we're not going to get 12s. Yeah, okay. And there it goes right there. And it just cranked lower. And I just took that bid at 145.80. So hopefully we do get a little bit of a break right there, man. SpaceX is definitely paying the bills here today. But, you know, good move down there for SPCX. What's up, SJB Workshop? What's up to Measly Trading, Artemis, and everybody out there that's in this one with me here, SpaceX. And, you know, when the market doesn't do anything, you got to find something that is. And today, SpaceX, almost 100 million shares. So we're in it. We're just getting lighter on this one. I don't know what kind of move is going to be there, but $2 sounds good to me in this kind of a marketplace. What's up, A?
Yeah, so basically the deal here with Nebius, I'm trying to put it on the screen, but you can't really see it that well. There was this stop work order, I think 2 stop work orders for the Vineland, New Jersey facility from Nebius. As you guys can see, these work orders were posted on Reddit, but appeared to be legitimate as far as I can tell, and that's what this Vineland, New Jersey thing, where the concerns come from. So again, apparently, Nebius, Data One, Microsoft, they're working on this data center in Vineland, New Jersey with Bloom Energy. They got hit with 2 stop work orders, apparently building LNG tanks and Bloom Energy cells without planning approvals and permits. So that's the deal with Vineland. But there's nothing to really explain why that stock would move so suddenly. Apparently, there's more hearings related to this. Couldn't find too much on that. But you can tell Nebius is already trying to front run these concerns because they have a whole Q&A section on their website about this Vineland deal. Back to you.
Okay, well, maybe. I mean, maybe someone's digging deep into there, and that's why we want to say. We want to say.
Thank you very much, Dara.
As always.
You know, so yeah, as always there. Thanks, Dara, for all of that talk. It did bust back up through 146. So another piece out right there as we now have 1/3 left. Who wants to see who's making all the money here at Real Trading? So let's go. All right, let's see who made the money on Friday. Right here. So we'll open this up. We have our own little portals in here that talks about, you know, so just some different ideas, rebalancing and whatnot. This is your trader information portal. I'm going to go to compare your profits. So if you are here on Real Trading, this is something you get to see all the time. And, you know, daily, actually, you can see what's going on here. So, all right, man, this is the top 10 traders from Friday. And, you know, I don't wish to see the traders that are losing money, but it would be a good idea to see the bottom, but we don't have it. $33,000, and all of these are U.S. denominations, and these are the markets that are, there's that Turkish market again. All the markets that have been traded. So these are just individual traders. Amex and NASDAQ, they raked 33. Someone in Canada, that's U.S. dollars again. So took that down there. Good trading, Amex, NASDAQ, Turkey. So I actually want to show you, there's the top trader in Turkey. So it made $6,000 there. If you see, they must have lost on. Yeah, no, that's top 10 traders today. Oh yeah, Turkey. Okay.
Yeah, Turkey.
I missed this guy. So there's another guy there. I was gonna say because he made 6,000, but only wound up with 49. But there's the Turkish guy right there. Okay, so Hong Kong 3,600. The top trader trading NYSE only 3,400. Not great. 3,500. Blue Ocean 2,700. Australia, and then it kind of goes to the bottom there to show what kind of markets we are talking about right here at Real Trading.
Mexico.
So, yeah, the Mexican. Yeah,
we got the last
right there, the pesos, $800. But that's who's making the money over here at Real Trading. So yeah, just check those out. Amex market always really popular. I think we talk about that a lot. With we just showed you the SOXL. Gold is over there. SLV is over there. Even a battle thing is Battle. There's a.
It's Amex.
Yeah, okay, it is Amex. So there you go.
Well. Nicey American.
Man, oh man. All right, I liked Apple there. We talked about 304 earlier. We didn't really love that as it was coming back down in during the midday or during the morning show. Midday show though, different story completely, man. I mean, you were basing down here, and it's too bad. Like, it's too bad Obi or Sharif didn't trade that. I mean, I know they kind of get stuck looking at what they're looking at, but 303 right there gave you a bottom, and then it gave you it again. Like, that should be a long there for Apple, especially with the market kind of just doing whatever. But there it is, man. 305.50, good little level there for Apple. And let's just wait to see how high it flies. I wrote down as one of the trades today that I liked Apple at 306. By the way, SpaceX just broke 146, so we're in about $1.80 right now on that name. So that's been pretty good for us so far. SoFi Qs, I mean, Qs we wrote down 78. That was the high of the day. Just got to start to trust ourselves a little bit. The only losing stock we have is the very first trade that we made where we bought Palantir, and then it just went, see ya, and we got out there on VWAP trade. So unfortunately, that was long 74.80, long 75, long 75.40, out 74.25. So that was about $1 and change maybe. No, it has to be less than that. But anyways, about 80, 90 cents or so of a hit, no, still less than that, on Palantir, but a hit nonetheless. You can see what Palantir is doing. Just straight downside, regardless of me wearing the hat. And I don't know if I want to go long right here, but I think about maybe breaking this area. So if we can break above 173, I mean, even if we just call it 174 right there. The problem with going here is that it was bought up here. It's just the momentum right now as the NASDAQ's going upside. It's a very tough trade sometimes to look at these names and think about going long when you can clearly see it's kind of bucking the trend right here. So Palantir, if anything, is maybe a low break, or let it work for you and get back above some of this garbage that we've seen over the last hour or so. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at on Palantir there today, as the market looking like it wants to battle back just a little bit. So some more exits happened as right there. You actually saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, nothing. I just, maybe SpaceX just hovers around this 146 the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the market just kind of broke trend. And so same thing with SMCI. So in the bottom end of the range here, it was able to break out the trend. I don't know if I want to reverse long on the stock. I feel like that it might be worth it, but it was able to get down, like I said, to 37.8. If it breaks, you know what? This is a bit of a reversal. And this is one of the charts where my 3 minutes not going to be any good. But the 15 is working just fine. I am going to reverse this one if I can. But it's also going to make me want to maybe cancel and see if we don't. Okay, I'm already waiting for the high here. I'm not going to change anything, but no reload, but I'm just going to wait for that top. If the market wants to do some help for me, then we might jump into this. I'm going to double check to see if Beyond Meat is turning. No, it's not. This one doesn't want to squeeze at all. And this WETO to WETOR, that looks like it is going to break out the high again. So this chart, yes, this chart works better. So it hasn't gotten to, since the last halt, it's really resisted the band. It was at 29.9. Now it's at about 30.61. And of course, the second I say it's looking like it wants to break the high, I am the jinx. It comes back in, so it's not going to get to the halt band. But I do want to remind everybody anybody that has forgotten, despite the fact that this chart doesn't want to show you anything, PayPal is getting added to the S&P 500 tonight. So it's expected to be a rather large buy. Just because it's being added, it does not mean that PayPal is going to have a gigantic imbalance, but it is a NASDAQ symbol. I'm going to my 15-minute because this chart has data. It is a NASDAQ name, so we're not going to have an early look as to what the imbalance is. At 350, we're just going to see it. It's either, at 350, it's either going to be a big buy or a big sell, which does mean nobody has any clue until we get to that point. I do like the fact that it's at the lows. I'd much rather be taking a shot at it before 350 if it's at the low, where maybe you get a bounce off the bottom, you can have a stop there, and then if a bounce comes out a buy, great, you're long off the low, and if it breaks the low, you put a stop there anyways. I'd rather that than chasing it higher. So I want to see this hopefully get down to this prior low at 60. It's like 60 and a quarter. Once we get past 3 o'clock, it'll be more of a look for me on PayPal. I think it was 30 million shares to buy, something like that at the close. No, sorry, 21 million shares to buy. It was $3.7 billion total. So 21 million is the expected number. If it comes out at less than 10 million shares, that's nothing. It's got to be big. At least 10 million shares when you're expecting 20. Otherwise, it's a complete nothing burger on PayPal. But I'm going to be looking for the long in that stock for sure.
I'm gonna put a bid at 145.50 right now, as just trying to get a little bit lighter with trying to hold on to some still. So about a third of a unit left on SpaceX. We battled around with it in the 30s. We'll see if we get a little bit of a downside take on there. This WETO is still not doing a whole heck of a lot, man. I mean, it's halted, open back up 29 down into 27. Look at it hold this 25 period moving average. I mean, it's been basically cash since 1 o'clock. Even into here, it was pretty good. We haven't really come off of it too much. So little pullback in right there makes me think this could be a decent long on WETO. I haven't really vetted any lines when stocks are going up 300%. But WETO right now trying to get going. That's a 26 drop off right there. We'll see where the buyers come in to WETO. And nothing else. My Halt scanners are rocking and rolling. So if anything hits on the Halt scanners, we'll get it all figured out. Meta today, I mean, what a nice stock. But nice. I can't find anything nice to say about
sarcasm. But
yeah, I just wish it would have been that 680 marker there for me. But yeah, nice move down in there now, as this name just, I mean, they don't like that Muse Spark. They don't like anything that these guys seem to be doing anymore at Meta, right? I mean, a lot of CapEx being spent and a lot of non-revenue generating ideas coming from all that CapEx. So I don't know. I don't know what Meta is going to do. I don't know if people are going to start to use Llama or whatever they're talking about. They have that Muse coding, but I feel like, Claude, from what I hear, is the thing for that. But everyone's going to have their own piece, and at some point, Meta will hopefully turn this thing around, right? You might have to even wait for next quarter to get their report to see what their user intake looks like and if they're able to still maintain even some of the current valuations, because I know it's been hit down pretty good, right? I mean, it's high as 800. You're at 560 right now. So if you want to talk about bear movement or, markets, this is going to be that, right? That's down 28% right there from its highs. So not a great look here today or overall for Meta. But if it's just like, if you go, you bring us all the way back. This is September of 24. So you're back 2 years, of Meta. 2 years. They don't pay, I mean, if Sharif was here, they'd say they did, or Joe, they would pay a dividend, but I think the dividend's like 5 cents or something. But anyways, back into there. Really been useless holding this thing for 2.5 years. But if you have, then you're like me. I haven't really done anything in between here. So we'll wait to see, and we'll ask that proverbial question. When moon, Meta? Do you even have a moon in you anymore? But yeah, Meta's been okay, just not well treated there over the last little while. And as far as Mag 7 is concerned, Microsoft at least had a blow up to the upside. I mean, we know that they've gotten hit right there, but wow, what a software rebound that one had as soon as that Leopold bottom was made out. That one really took off, thinking that this was one of the prime candidates there. Long on there, yes, there goes SpaceX finally. Now we're almost $2 in. That was, long on chips and DRAM and all that kind of stuff, short on software. So when everyone realized that Microsoft was part of that basket, there's the pop up to the upside. So Microsoft definitely treating well. I guess it was Tesla really is in the doghouse, and so is
the one that's coming back that looks good in the mag is, I think, like Amazon is giving you a nice little dip opportunity here. It's pulling back into the major moving averages potentially. It was just at the high. See, remember, look, they had a great quarter. At least with their spending, there's cash being generated. AWS is blowing it out the. Well, I shouldn't say blowing out of the water because Google has better growth in the cloud, but AWS is pretty fantastic as well the last Q. And then you remember the retail side of the business is fantastic as well. You get Blue Origin with them, so you also get they're not SpaceX, but you also have exposure to future growth and addressable market there. You just get a lot with Amazon. And if it gets to the 50 period, like that one looks solid as well. And everyone starts talking about like value on the way down, but the problem is, you know what? Everything can't be the same, and all Mag 7 names aren't created equally. That is 100%. So like Meta, Doghouse, I hit the gates of hell thing for them. It's not that bad. Obviously, there's worse stocks out there than Meta, but if you're making the comparison within just the Mag 7, they obviously stand out, like very, very clearly. Apple's, it has their own little bit of a niche. You've got the cloud names, then Nvidia has its own little bit of a niche. Tesla as their own thing. And Meta's the one that stands up. Yes, they have their own niche, but that's like they're in the crosshairs right now. And unfortunately, you don't want to be in the crosshairs of not just multiple governments. Like this is across. It's Europe, it's Australia, it's here where Meta's in the crosshairs, and that's not a very good look when everyone is concerned about how much you're spending like drunken sailors as well. James Witt, Metaverse is SMCI. Metaverse is SMCI. Right here, right now. Momentum, the momentum doesn't lie. What are you going to do? Do I like SMCI more than Meta now? Not really. But if you're looking at the stock and the momentum that it's got under, which one actually has upward momentum and which one doesn't. SMCI, since the earnings, has some upward momentum that's pulling back on. I wouldn't go as far as to say that I like them more, though. I can't. That's a bridge too far for me because I have just a weird distrust of SMCI, which is nothing. It's nothing fundamental. It's just that you have there's so many places you can be in the space where I don't have to worry about the company's like reputation and all the scandals that they seem to have.
Like Meta.
Every now and then, but
yeah,
they're just not like there haven't been this like there's no accounting scandals with Meta and this and that. So there's enough upside growth you don't need to have that. All right, give me the fill. One more offer is just at the high of the day, and now let's just see what happens with WBD. There was an imbalance on this that spiked it another point on Friday, so I guess I'll play for that and play to the imbalance side. I might as well just throw an offer up at the top and see if we grab it. But if it gets under VWAP, then we'll be out. It's just one of those, hey, if something happened on Friday and the chart looks, the day before I should say, and the chart looks the same, you can do worse than just look for a repeat of that action. It's literally doing what it did on Friday. Hold, break out in the afternoon, and then play it into the high. And a couple of people also dislike SMCI. I've never owned the stock, so I can't say that I've ever lost it. I mean, it hasn't cost me a dime. It's just, I look at what it did to a lot of other people when it rugged them.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one there for sure. All these names that are like, not the most elite names do have their ups and downs, of course, and so do some of these stocks, right? I mean, we not just like Meta, has. You want to talk about like scandals and things going on about it, and people are very, very uncertain about what the future of their business is even going to look like as well, right? And so you got to be careful with everything. SpaceX, I just did a little bit of a zoom out here. 140, I mean, that top right there is 145. A little bit of gathering here, 143, 144. So I just put a bid at 145.15 now. So we'll just wait to see if we wind up getting lower on SpaceX, now only up 4%, and we have the short. So if it does print, we are now in the hour of power, of course. Wow, Apple just continues to move higher. And Nvidia just turns around as well. So Apple at WETO still hasn't halted back yet. Same price as 23, 24 bucks. Yeah, Apple continues to go higher. There's that 306, a level that we like long, but we broke it right away early. Maybe it's a short, but no, not for me. I'm not going to short that one as the market's just kind of still doing nothing. So interesting levels pumping through on Apple. We don't really have any earnings coming up.
It's like fabric.
SMCI, SpaceX, people still talking about that one. So we can move off of it, but there's Apple moving around as well. Nvidia's trying to retest. I think I don't know what time is it, 3:02, because lots of time left. Breaking the low of the day is something interesting for Nvidia, I feel like. That could be a play that we wind up looking at. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh my God, what a busy weekend. Okay, so 225, it's so funny. Like weekends used to be for like chilling and relaxing. Now I don't get no breaks, doesn't matter what day. Like we were at baseball pretty much outside maybe 30 hours or something this weekend. And we have practice again tonight with my other team. So it's really nonstop, and then another game on Thursday. But okay, so 225.40, it's a problem, man. You head coach two teams, like two very competitive teams that at least have a practice or two a week, plus two games. It's very, very busy times, but the best of times. So they're at 225. I just think underneath VWAP, underneath the 200 period, underneath, like everything is looking like it's going to go. So that break of 25.30, let's see what winds up happening. And then I think if you break 225, you go short and you give it back 50 or 60 cents. So it looks like this is trying to break down. And we are also all over that SpaceX short, as you guys know, coming through there again as well. And then, I don't know, well, C is not here. So I don't know if we're doing sector watch, and if we are, let me know. I'll stop doing this. Okay, good. Adair's not going to do it today. So let's have just a quick look. We, some of the financials. We talked a little bit about SoFi, but with now 30 days to the date right here, it's going to be September the 16th. We do have interest rates coming out again. So bank stocks going to always be looked at. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, the two major underwriters there, with Anthropic coming around the corner. SpaceX pretty well received, I would say. I mean, SpaceX opened up a month and a half ago at 150. It's at 147 right now. So it's pretty good pricing on that. Berkshire down 1% as we heard about their holdings. Google, one of the top holdings over there as well. You can see Google downside. So maybe those two are connected a little bit at the hip. A good battle back day for a name like a Caterpillar, back to 884. We're in the money on that recent dip buy as well. So that's going to be a good one. Jeevan over AMAT, Lamb coming out there.
Can't keep those.
USTR Greer. Okay, so Trump's UK tariff threats are not a bluff. The Times. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think Trump's really bluffing too much. I mean, I think it's just what they say tries to create more talk. Definitely. So hopefully it's like, isn't Canada's this Wednesday, isn't it? I think
we get slapped with 50%.
Yeah, I think something happens soon with Canada. So we'll go over to Adair and see what she's up to.
Well, yeah, the something soon with Canada is August 19th trade deadline, Sean. And I laugh because I was just hearing today Carney saying that he'd like to talk to Trump before that deadline expires. It should be on Wednesday. So it's a pretty tight deadline. If we get anything else, I'll keep you guys posted. No, the thing I'm talking about now, though, are comments from, it says Kushner. I'm going to guess that's envoy negotiator Jared Kushner. So Jared Kushner saying, quote, conversations with some Iranians are more robust than ever, and that the conversations between the U.S. and different areas of the Iranian government are more robust than they've ever been. Apparently, these conversations are, quote, positive and active conversations, but, quote, we're not there yet on understanding. Now, note the term some Iranians. So it sounds like they're only speaking with certain factions of the government. We already had Iran coming out and saying that any talks that the U.S. is talking to any channels of Iran are not accurate. So we'll have to wait and see how they react to this latest report on Jared Kushner. Back to you.
And I mean, you're kind of bouncing here on USO. Obviously, that's not VWAP. There, you know what? I'll just show this chart. Like, you're bouncing pretty decently, like well away from VWAP. But if we get back and start breaking above the 130, I might just punch out of the battle trade, which I'm guessing this chart hasn't improved. You know what? Why bother? I know that chart's not going to be working. But it's essentially just double tapped the high. We're able to get some 38s, but I just want it back into 35 if we can. But at this moment, doesn't seem like there's going to be anything too crazy with oil going into the close. It is drifting higher and worth mentioning. NT Baller, what do you guys think about IREN before earnings? Well, Stanley Druckenmiller thinks buy IREN and sold a bunch of it. He sold something. What did he sell? I have to look it up. There was a press release. Yeah, he bought some IREN and sold some other things. What was it, Adair? What did he dump?
MELI, not a ton of volume, but someone that Midday was asking about it, he dumped MELI, and MELI dumped as a result.
Yeah, I mean, there was all the 13F filings were coming through, so you can always insert famous investor buying and selling these things. I only mentioned it because I remember seeing it. But with IREN, hey, like the name, but there's something, at least for us this week, it's a good breakout trading stock. And it's got a looming breakout here on IREN. So it false broke this $46.50 on Wednesday, but then Thursday made the high 46.5, Friday, Friday 46.5, and then again today, sort of failing underneath that 46.5 level, missing some data, but it did fail that break. This chart's missing that little peak. So there's a breakout to fill the gap to 49. And as long as you hold a higher low today or even hold a 44, that's very much in play for IREN. I just don't love that it's rejected the 200 period moving average. So without that breakout that we were just looking at on the 15, it doesn't break the 200 period moving average. It actually rejects the 200 period moving average, which is a little bit bearish. But I still give it a chance. As long as 44 holds, that's the higher low that needs to hold, and then you're breaking out that top and resuming the upward trend. I just couldn't quite punch through it today. I blame some of that on there's not a ton of volume, so without a catalyst, it's hard to break through a big level for IREN, but a good-looking trend is setting up for it. This is easily like this should be, as long as this holds on to 44, this should be set up for like a 47 even break tomorrow morning. Just need to see it hold on to this bid, which is doing a pretty good job of. And then they report the day after Nvidia. How am I forgetting?
Oh, do they? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Nvidia on next week. You get Nvidia on Wednesday, and then IREN's going to be reporting on Thursday. I'm sure there's a couple of other names out there, but those are the big two that stick out the most that we care about.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, Nvidia, and we always get questions about IREN there. Of course, a former Bitcoin miner with tons of power. Right there, an abundance of power for IREN, and we'll just have to wait to see if they can get converted over with the right customers and whatnot as they switch over from, and they still have Bitcoin. That's like sort of the random upside swing potential for IREN. If you do think crypto is going to go, then Bitcoin mining, IREN, that'll start to get pumped up, and they'll talk about them as being a dual threat there if it gets going. That's IREN, but okay. So SpaceX, obviously we're still looking at that name as well, and just trying to figure out what to do with it. Nothing. 145.50. I just put another bid there, so I'll just stay put on that and wait to see if we can get something. SK Hynix. I know we talked a little bit about that, but that actually went for a nice little dip right now. Down, but still up 3%. And I was just looking at it like 170 there, but maybe if we just go ranch up a little bit right here, and this is why sometimes you want to take a little bit of a broader or a longer look here at a stock, and you can see right now with SK Hynix, it's coming right up to that 171, a level that meant something there on Thursday, the 14th. What was it, 17th? Yeah, okay. So Thursday, the 14th, it was the highs, and right now we've just come right back into it, and it also was some of these pre-market lows in and around 171 change. So that's definitely a level of interest for me now on SK Hynix, although looking at the stock, it doesn't look like much is going on. If anything, it's downside right now on
Oh, that's bleeding.
Yeah, I know, pretty good. So we can, is DRAM doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the whole market is trying to go, okay. Whole market is trying to go downside a little bit. Of course, SpaceX is holding upside. AMD, DRAMs and AMX. AMD, okay, yeah, that's trying to come back in. And we talked about that low break on Nvidia. This one might be the strongest one today, just because it's not breaking right into there. So not strong as in it's strong on the day, it's not, but some sort of a level there. What was AMD? AMD was up pretty nicely still though, right?
It was down a point, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, down 1%, yeah, okay.
ARM is down too.
I guess maybe Nvidia is the strongest one there. Oh my God, you're sneezing, I'm yawning, I'm gonna sneeze again.
It is.
Right about now.
It's my allergies today. I don't know what it is. It's something. And then on the walk, same thing. Nvidia's holding up way better. What is happening to ARM here? Yeah, ARM's losing the bid. This could break out the low of the day. I should maybe be back. Give up on that SMCI. That still looks a little bit weak. Yeah, off 30, 38 and a third, that could be a bit of a play. AV Blink, not able to read Tesla too well today. Thoughts on Tesla? You know what? I haven't really, like Tesla, I'm not sure what there is to read on Tesla today. This would be a nothing burger. It's a complete, not just an inside day, but take the afternoon from 1 o'clock till the close on Friday. Tesla was 338 to 342 effectively outside of like a minute or so when it tried to break out on imbalances. You've had the exact same range all day long, and it's just contracting. So there's nothing happening in Tesla, which is fine. It's like not every stock is going to always move or always provide opportunities. It's a pretty big nothing burger in Tesla. There's not much to read with that sideways action outside of, well, if you pegged the 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock range, as that's what Tesla would do, that was your only opportunity. There's been nothing else to play off of. Short 42, long 338. It's a 1% range, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with a 1% range. But Tesla is a big time nothing burger today. It's not always a trading opportunity just because the stock does volume. Tesla's going to do volume every single day. It doesn't mean it's going to move every single day. On Friday, the stock moved 15, 20 bucks. On Thursday, the stock moved, same thing, 15, 20 bucks. Today, you got an absolute nothing burger. What it does set you up for in the consolidative days, don't forget, when you consolidate the same price area for a couple of days, then breakouts become better. So the longer it holds this range, the break in either direction just becomes a little bit more exciting, for sure. Yeah, and Zion saying, ask AV Blink what he was trying to do with Tesla. Well, it doesn't, I don't know, maybe you're trying to go long, short, it doesn't matter, it's not moving. So whatever you were trying to do, it ain't doing it here in Tesla. Like you could have, I forgot about Lucid. Please tell me. Oh, it didn't break 6.
Down 4%.
Oh, it bounced exactly off the $6 level. We like Lucid for a short breaking $6. It bounced at 6.03 and then held a bid. So Lucid has delayed the inevitable for one more day, at least one more day. So tomorrow we'll look for the flat bottom break in Lucid, and then when it maybe holds on for another day, then the day after that we'll look for the flat bottom break in Lucid, just barely holding on the line here. It's gonna go.
Yeah, I think Lucid's in trouble for a minute there. As soon as you reverse split, man, over and over.
It's like
again,
the kiss of death.
It's just like you need to have such good stories to get back going because, people are very wary of those, and we've seen so many reverse splits just go hard and then just come right back down.
I'm gonna get some water.
But what's up, Ozan? There it is, man. We make it all back, obviously, on SpaceX because we did lose a little bit right there. But now we're starting to ring it out. Now it's $2 in the money here. And here comes a flat bottom break, hopefully. So we just took another fill, our best fill of the afternoon, just came in right now at 145.50s, or 145.60, sorry, as we look at 145.50. I do have another bid at 145.15, and then we can just see about holding it. And we've done really well. This is a top stock by far. It's not even close there today. So we're pretty happy with the way that we've been trading on SpaceX right there. So hopefully it falls off a cliff. Someone just said AMD has fallen off a cliff. Look, looking at the same names, I don't know what else to do. WETO on here, 25.50. The market does seem slow, but look what the market's doing right now. Nice little pull down right here into the day's low again. We had written down this level up here to go short, and unfortunately, A wasn't here to do it, B didn't do it, and C, who cares? We'll have to look at what the market's doing right now. WETO going upside. There comes, this is nice. Now you're more than $2 in the money on this one. We just talked about IREN moving around a little bit there. A name that I like, I think that if we do get like a major move down, I kind of like Kimmy and what's going on there with Alibaba. Every time Baba gets hit, there's just tends to be like some stories where it can come right back to the upside again. Almost like boom, nice retracement there, still underneath the 200. Nice move down right into this like 80 to 85 or so area. Anything around $100 for Alibaba, I kind of like that, especially with some of the talk with China and whatnot. I think that'll get all resolved. Isn't it later on this month that President Xi and Trump are supposed to be gathering, or early September? And I think Alibaba can work itself out, especially if some of those chips are being entered into China. Alibaba can be one of the purchasers of those and, get their models a little bit kicking more. And again, I would think that it's going to be less of a cost for those tokens on any sort of a LLM or whatever you're using for coding or anything like that Alibaba has, as opposed to the competition. So I like that one there. Let's check on everything. Gold right there. Okay. So gold did have a nice move earlier on today, bouncing off that 406. Same kind of ways, coming right into where we were before, 403.50. And there it goes back there to the upside again is a GLD. So that's going to be a good look there for that one.
It's going now, right?
It's trying to.
Silver's going too.
Gold's just going right now. The other one was Apple near the day's high. I'm just going to hold on to this SpaceX, right? I have a fifth of a unit left and about a third of what we had when we started the show. We did get a little bit of a reload there. But yeah, this 305.50 up to 306 coming into play there for Apple. That 306 level is what we wrote down. So if that short holds, we'll definitely look at that tomorrow as another key level there and driver of Apple. I still think Apple's one of the best Mag 7s to get at current levels right there. And I am wondering about Broadcom as well. I know it's not a Mag 7 name, but this has been hit over the last little while, Broadcom. And, their report's going to be coming later on as well. Actually, battle back off of this 370, but Broadcom near the 200 period, maybe something else to get involved with. I'm already in Marvell.
Oh, that's what he sold.
Custom ASICs are...
That's what it was.
Something else.
Drunken Miller sold Broadcom. That was the stock. It wasn't until you said it.
To get IREN?
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason why it was notable, because Broadcom's at a really good valuation relative to the market.
Okay there.
Because it's in the teens.
And IREN doesn't even have a PE, I don't think. I don't think IREN's even really making any money.
And again, it's just Drunken Miller. It doesn't really make a difference. I might like this silver.
Let's see IREN.
Why not? It's not a bad, and I know you're missing a bit of data, but this is still, it's a trend break regardless. The only thing that doesn't line up for a long here would be, it's a trend break, but the entry here would be right underneath the volume weighted average price, which is less than ideal. Like usually I want to short underneath VWAP as opposed to try to go long into it. So maybe let it hopefully dip a couple of ticks or wait for it to break out above or dip a few ticks. Because what I don't want to get a bad price chasing here, then it fails VWAP and then you're just losing more. Because I want to be able to give it to 59.4. So just watching SLV. And SLV has been on a good tear, but it is still consolidative up here. Here, I'm just going to zoom out and show you guys. So double top for the last week, but I like the little rounded bottom. Yeah, so a bit of a trend break here in SLV with only about 30 minutes to go to the imbalances. PayPal still hanging out. It hasn't revisited the lows, but the closer we get to 350, as long as it's not too far away from that bottom, I'm going to look to jump into a long. Maybe wait till 330 or so to start looking at that one seriously, as they're getting added to the S&P 500. I forget who's there was some buyout that's coming out that nobody cares about. That's probably
was it Avalon? No, Avalon is who
sounds
buy
right.
them. Avalon, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But
it does ring a bell to me too. But
yeah, I think it was Avalon. But ultimately, PayPal is going to be the big story. Oh, and the other side of that coin is when PayPal got the addition. Well, guess who's left? Number 2 on the betting markets for S&P 500 inclusion before the PayPal got in was SoFi. So they were sitting at, I think it was like 21% chance. By default, I think that puts them in the betting markets at the top of the list, but that's something closer to the end of the year. Because it's always right around the year-end rebalances where you'll start to think about it, like in December, but there could always be like some deal that closes and then some companies getting bought out maybe, and then you got to pick somebody up ad hoc. SoFi could get a little bit of a bounce as people start to speculate they are next, and I like this breakout. If it breaks out the 200 period on that, I think you go for a bit of a jaunt, and then maybe they sell the news if they finally get in. Because it's been at least a year now that people have been speculating SoFi.
Yeah,
maybe even more.
Unfortunately, I think that's probably the truth. That's going to pop and then drop on that inclusion. It sucks to say that.
If it gets included.
When? Maybe not the next time.
Well, maybe not the next time. I think it gets included eventually.
I mean, there's not that many, like, when they keep on talking about it, at some point someone's going to be right, and it's going to get included. I just want to show you here, because I did talk a little bit about IREN there, and I mentioned about their Bitcoin sort of situation there, and this is what it is. Shares of crypto-linked companies are trading higher amid a rise in Bitcoin. Catalysts could include the Trump's family crypto business, World Liberty Financial, receiving conditional approval of established bank. Exceptions, President Trump will attend a meeting with crypto and prediction market executives on the 19th, so a couple more days there. And then they do have August the 27th, as we just said, with earnings. So just a little bit of a look there on our good friend IREN. And then the other thing about IREN too is that it's also a 28% short float. So that's another one of those reasons why you might want to look at it.
I got to correct. I keep saying PayPal because I have PayPal in the brain because of that deal. It's Reddit.
Yeah, when you were saying PayPal, I was just like,
no.
Okay,
yeah, it's Reddit.
Going with it, but
because I have PayPal on the brain because I was waiting this Monday for there to be an update on that deal, and there wasn't one. It's still 60.5 on PayPal, but anyways, it is Reddit.
So what is Reddit doing heading into this? Yeah, it's still down 6%. Reddit needs to deal with that whole worrisome of their revenues because, it's
like the Google thing.
When I go into any large language model, when you go into that and you say, like, sometimes I'm like, hey, catch a review on whatever, I don't know, anything, any sort of a product you want, or what's the new restaurant in the neighborhood? You say check Reddit or whatever, and so it cruises through Reddit, and I don't know how Reddit captures revenue from that, so I think you need to hear about it. But Reddit's already reported, so there must be something in that and how that's going to work.
And their numbers were good.
The only reason
it was negative was because of the
people worried about the revenue streams coming through on the
on
the advertising. So we'll have to wait to see if that happens, and if they are able to sort of hold the large language models. I think Reddit is so widely used that they will hold some power in negotiations for blocking, because let's just say they allow Claude, but then because Claude makes a deal with them, then I'm certain that Meta and everybody will follow suit and get something done with Reddit. So I actually really like that stock as a longer term investment. I think Reddit is a long-term winner in this market. So, as a new piece of information, it's not really a social media, but it's an app that everybody has. It's a way to communicate with society. So maybe that is social media after all.
Well, they're so embedded in the psyche right now. I know some people that love Reddit. And the other thing is, hey, at least they're here. Like the comparison, we thought there'd be at least, like Discord would come to market, which is not the same thing, but at least it gives you something which could have been a little bit similar. And then where the heck is that IPO? Where's the Discord IPO? No one's even talking about the Discord IPO anymore. We're not even talking about OpenAI's IPO. All we get is Anthropic at this point. I think the only thing we are going to get is Anthropic this year. I think we'll wait for 2027 to get OpenAI because they keep pushing the needle back and they keep losing a little bit of business and they want to make sure the sentiment is right. I'm not even sure it's going to be better for them next year than get it out of the way now. The market's at all-time highs. But I think for Discord, that's disappointing. We thought we might have seen them at some point this year. Last year, we're talking Discord this year, and now you're hearing absolutely none. So Reddit, set it and forget it. They still look pretty solid. And I always be thankful. He's like, oh, well, you also misspoke with Drunken Miller. I'm like, no, I just say that for jokes. I know it's Drunken Miller, but it just sounds way better to say Drunken Miller, especially when he sells Broadcom. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Why you got to sell Broadcom, Stanley?
Yeah, come on, man.
What do you have against Broadcom here?
You got to figure it out.
It's cheap. Cheap.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I might have too much exposure to it. It's like I sold some
that could
AMD, I sold some Palantir, just nice runs, right? And not that Broadcom's not really on one, so that's why maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. Let's go, man. Here we come. We're coming in right now as SpaceX trying to get low. Shorty got low, and here comes SpaceX right now. $2.10 in the money. So we definitely are liking what that's doing right now. Still waiting. Ooh, we just talked a little bit about SoFi. Did Sir Anthony Noto make a little bit of a purchase? I just made that up. Of course, he probably did not. But there goes SoFi right now, kind of helping out with the market, right? Nice little move going on right now for SoFi. Upside again. We look at that stop out. Wow, that was good. I'm really glad we did that one, huh? But yeah, there goes SoFi. So that one there, we got stopped out on that. We're still up on the stock, which is amazing. But there's the stop out. Then it runs right back, and it looks like those were the lows. We could have hunted for those lows, but we didn't. So that may have been a mistake there on SoFi, as there it goes right back up to VWAP. So long. And look, this is just following the rules. We don't do anything else around here. We try to, I do too many things else, which don't ever work out. But there's a call today on SoFi. We have a lot of different things happening, but let's go down and find this. So there it was right there. SoFi long 1825 to 1850. So that was great. The TQQ short was 78. That was 10 cents off that level. Nvidia as well. Right now 225. That was a good one there on Nvidia, SoFi, and the TQs. Like the TQs was 78. We had written down, obviously it's trying to battle back a little bit, but it's at 76.55. So that's about $1 right there and 50 cents. That's 77.90 right there. So we should have definitely shorted once we saw that barcode and then straight to the downside. And the other call was 225 on Nvidia. Nvidia is currently my number one stock today. There's the 225 that we wrote down. But SpaceX but it's position pending. So if I were to flatten SpaceX out right now, it would be my number one stock, but I'm not doing that. So I'm not sure where it's going to go from here, but I still like SpaceX to get a little bit lower now. WETO still halted.
Tesla just had a big volume.
Yeah, I heard that in my ear as well. AEHR test systems, as people are asking about. Don't know exactly. Up 6%. Yeah, this one continues to go. Another name that I'm not so familiar with, but wow, what a move that one's had off of the 200 period twice. 69 to 142. Oh, this AEHR is only up, 100%? That's all the way to there is, 108% since July 30th. So that's had a nice run. Who's on some options there, but nice move there for AEHR. I was thinking about this WETO.
Yeah, WETO.
Yeah,
that one seems like it might be dead. But don't let it lull you into a false sense of complacency. So whatever just happened in Tesla, Adara's got the news, but Tesla's right back to where it was before the story. Adara?
Here's the deal with Tesla. The information reporting that Tesla is preparing an August launch for its Cybercab. That's the robotaxi without a steering wheel. So I guess that would completely limit any driver intervention when you don't have a steering wheel. Ostensibly a good catalyst for TSLA, but already pulling back here. Again, the information reporting that Tesla is prepping to launch in August a new cybercab that's the robotaxi without a steering wheel.
Well, the algos bought it initially, and then now it's just getting.
Yeah, I was gonna say like August. So I'd like to react. Maybe Adair can find out what the expected is. That a new time frame? Is that late? It feels like it's pretty new. Like we weren't even talking about that, and now all of a sudden it's August. August? Did you say?
August.
It's August, right?
We're halfway through August right now, so that means we're getting it all imminently, effectively.
Yeah. So
why
seems
is it bad?
Seems like that's going to be a good mover. So I think it's a buy.
Yeah, I don't know.
At these levels. I mean, I'm into SpaceX. SpaceX got a little bit of volume going on right now, but obviously not reacting the same way. It has nothing to do with SpaceX, I guess. So Tesla there, yeah, just fell right back into VWAP. I think it's a positive news story. There, you could probably go ahead and buy that now. I don't know about, like Neil said, the algos definitely got a hold of that one. So yeah, congratulations to algos if you faded that one. Wow.
Oh, wow. That just took us to 2,000.
And that's going to be someone from Toronto because of the 4-1s. I don't want to say they're from Toronto, but that's our area code.
I mean, that's a pretty safe guess.
So there it is, man. $416 right there. That's our largest donation. So if Fabian wants to come over, yeah, that was a big one right there. So we want to say a big shout out to you. $416, man. I mean, that's great. So that probably puts us
22.
Almost halfway.
We're almost halfway.
Almost
45% of the way. So thank you so much. And if you're wondering, there it is. 45% of the way on 33 donations. Get it? What?
The max is 10K. Oh, the max is 10K.
The max. So,
okay.
There you go.
But,
okay, well, I mean, that's
they got to go.
That's absolutely amazing. Okay, he's out of here.
Yeah, we'll raise that.
He's got some stuff to do. But yeah, thanks, Fabian. That's Fabian right there. We want to say thank you to everybody for coming through again and supporting that one. But you know what, man? We gotta donate some money over here too, because there it goes right now, man. Making some money on SpaceX right there. We just got filled at 145. So 145 12s, actually. So that 12 missed us the first time down here at 146. Gets us now at 145. So revenge is pretty sweet on that one. As there it comes right back in, man. Now SpaceX will be the #1 stock, and pretty happy with it, man. We just continue to trade that name every single day, and I've really been happy with SpaceX trading, but downside there for SpaceX. So good look there. Just went short off the highs of the day and off the 200 period moving average. Just worked out for us. I like that trade in SpaceX. The one and the only. He's at the desk with Adara.
The session has almost come to an end here, but it's actually about to start in just a couple hours over in Asia. Here to take us through what the Asian markets did last night and what we can expect from them tonight is One.
Thank you, Adara. Asian markets traded higher overnight. Huge rebound in both China and Hong Kong, leading the gains. So if we take a look at Shanghai Composite in China, up 1.41%. Tech stocks surging in China, led by Cambricon as well as Zhongji Innerlight, both of them north of 5.5%. SMIC also got a 3% upbid after reporting Q2 profits tripling that year over year, as well as Hygon IT. They were up by 2.8% following solid growth in revenue, net profit, as well as R&D spending. Now in Hong Kong, the Hang Seng was also up by around 1.34%. AI company SenseTime surged nearly 9% after forecasting a first half profit of around 700 million yuan. It's also the first since their IPO listing. Now, we also had some huge notable movers in Hong Kong, such as Tencent, up by 1.5%, Kingboard Laminates up by 9%, and Xiaomi up by 1%. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 up marginally by 0.74%. Chip and AI shares, of course, mostly gained, including that of Kioxia Holdings. That was up by a huge 15%. Advantes up by 2.5%, while Fujikura and Tokyo Electron were up as well. There's also some corporate news coming out of Japan, with Nvidia reportedly planning to invest about $3 billion in SoftBank's SB Energy to support that of OpenAI's Ohio data center project. Now, as Asian markets come to an open in a few hours, keep an eye out on the South Korean Kospi. They're going to be playing post-holiday catch-up because they were closed last night for Liberation Day. So if Samsung, SK Hynix can sustain some buying momentum from last week, or maybe they could face a little bit of profit-taking in the morning open. Also, keep an eye out on the TAIEX in Taiwan. They've got an intraday test of 46,000 right now. Monitor if TSMC as well as AI server supplies can drive up some momentum and break past that 46,000 resistance, or if there's a little bit of caution near record highs, that could trigger some late session selling. And finally, in India, the Nifty 50, current support flow right now is at 24,200, especially after overnight selling in IT as well as high fuel costs. That could push down the Indians Nifty 50 down towards 24,050. So keep an eye out on that. And that's it for the Asian markets. Good luck.
Good luck to everyone. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. with One to talk about the European markets.
Thank you to the one and only. Well, with only 15 minutes to go, Reddit's a sell imbalance instead of a buy. So it's 1 million to sell with the expected being a rather large buy. So it's continuing to fall because it's actually showing the wrong direction. I'm going to wait until closer, but like I'll play for it if it comes out the wrong way. Then I think the play is to look for a flip at 55 or a pair off or something along those lines, and then at that point try to get it to the bid. But right now, it's the one that stands out. It's the one where we expect the action. NCLH is there for 1.4 to the sell. And then SockSell was over 1 million. SockSell now only 900,000 to the sell side. And oddly enough, catching a little bit of a bid despite that. Is that a real volume candle? What's up with this volume candle on SockSell? Huge reversal candle on the SockSell.
Yeah, you always got to be cautious of the imbalances and like what people are trying to figure out here. With all of that. I'm getting lighter and lighter. So right now on this trade, but still trying to hold on. You know, the best part we got was 145. It looked like it was trying to get back upside. I've now put my stop at 148, but I got to, actually now that I see that again, I'm going to change this. There's no point, right? I mean, this is going to be firmly my number one stock. And so a break above, we don't necessarily want to hold this too much. VWAP is still at 147. So let's just use that as our stop. I mean, it's a little bit high, and I won't have this many shares. If it does go back up there, I'll get out on the way back up. But just as our ultimate stop, let's go to 147, okay, on this one, and then we'll let it go to the downside. Neil just showed those imbalances. The last thing any of us, that are in this name want to have happen is have a dramatic move one way or the other. I mean, obviously we'd like it to go short, but I can't predict that. So you don't want to play with the market too much here. And just make sure you do capture. It's $2 in the money. We might as well take a little bit out. All right, so Nvidia does that bounce off. Again, this is going to be my P&L2 on the day. It does bounce off that same levels that we were close to being long at before, 25. It's what we wrote down. It didn't quite get to 25, so no take there. And I was actually wondering if we did break it, if the short would have been in. But now it just looks like the long is in, and a nice little recovery 5 minutes there for Nvidia from 225.50 basically up to 226 as that name continues to go higher. And I just saw IREN on the scanner as well. What is that doing?
It's that VWAP.
Oh yeah, VWAP. That's probably all that it is. So yeah, nice little downplay on IREN. We've already talked a little bit about that one. The name that none of us really day trade, of course, on this desk. Sometimes I see Adara in it, but Eli Lilly just down. It's getting hit right now as some of these NASDAQ names are looking like they want to recover. So Eli Lilly, a good start of the day up to 1,200. Got pretty close. Its all-time high, I believe, is 1248. I'm going to double check. Yeah, 1249.50. So Eli Lilly right into there was just there last week, shy of $10, and then fell back into the 50-period moving average. I really like that name, and I like the XBI. We always get questions about like what are we adding to our long-term portfolios. I mean, try to talk about that all the time on the show, but I really do like the XBI, and it just bounced off the 50-period. This is going to be your biotech name, so you can get XBI or IBB. Talked about buying some Apple. I don't mind Qualcomm at these levels as well, right in and around here. I think they're just under the 200 or just at the 200. I think there's going to be a big move for PCs, so Qualcomm's done. Yeah, now it's underneath. We got to get above it if we're going to buy some more. We are long Qualcomm in around, I'll double check. I think it's probably in and around this 180 to 182 area. That one's starting to go downside. We all did actually do that little, we can check out, that's a voting game. Let's go over to the competition just to see.
One, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now. Halfway picks. Okay, so here it is right here. We can have a quick little look to see what shows us everything. The tracker, okay. So I haven't even looked at this since we made these moves. All right, so, the chat for some reason is number 1 right here. I'm just hovering around 0. Neil's around 0. Everyone 1. Okay, so let's just go and see what.
Nobody double. There's nothing double digit.
So the chat has SpaceX, Nvidia, Micron, Tesla, and Palantir. Wow. Palantir.
How is that only 6%? Oh, that's
because of this, I guess. Tesla, yeah, because Tesla and that takes it off. But yeah, that should be.
Palantir's the only one that's moved a bunch.
Should be higher than 6%. I do agree with you on that one. I don't know what's going on there. 1 has Microsoft, Broadcom. We have Microsoft and Broadcom as well. My picks down are Alphabet. So that's down. What? Alphabet's down? Okay, all right, maybe. I don't know. I guess so. That makes sense. Caterpillar, 933. Current price?
Caterpillar's down from what we picked.
I don't know about these I'll have to double. What day was these starting prices? Because I thought I bought Caterpillar the same day, right here. Yeah, on summary. Okay, so it's supposed to show when these days went into effect here. April. Anyways, I'll find it anyways. But yeah, okay, I guess so. It's probably right. So it's just okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I was just surprised by it.
Stuck in there because I know Caterpillar for myself was 880, and I thought I bought it the same day as that. So maybe I did not. But anyways, okay, that's what's going on. So right now, those are some of those looks. We'll do a little bit more in depth, but right now it's 340, and I believe we got to go back with Adara. So let's kick it back with Adara and see what she's up to.
Oh, wow,
keep an eye on SKM and ZM. Both Zoom and SK Telecom have invested in Anthropic, and they're in focus, as Bloomberg reports that Anthropic's revenue run rate has surpassed $65 billion ahead of their expected IPO. So more reports on how strong Anthropic is ahead of the IPO. ZM and SKM in focus. Back to you.
$5 billion.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's going to be a monster.
Oh, that is going to be a huge IPO. And it's another one where all the big boys own them. And that's been some of their gains, right? Like a lot of the gains you saw in EPS for like Alphabet and a couple of other Mag 7 names was through not just Anthropic stakes, but stakes in a lot of private companies. All right, so with 10 minutes to go, well, Reddit's it's the imbalance is growing, but it's not to the buy side. It's now 3 million to the sell side here on Reddit. So remember, it is 3 million sell and it is heading lower, but it's being added to the S&P 500 tonight. So at some point, buy orders are almost certainly to come into this, but if they wait until the last second to come in, it's not going to do anybody any good. This is one of the reasons I'm not a fan of front running it. Like you need this, like I want to see it break this downtrend, or I want to see this 3 million turn into 2, into 1, like get smaller and look like it's heading into the buy side. So maybe that'll be the next thing to look for. If the 3 million gets smaller and can be under 1 million shares by the time we get to 350, then I think there's an opportunity to maybe then play the long off the lows. You know what? I just looked over, saw a spike in USO, and I'm like, if the whole idea is that USO is supposed to be moving, and battle's supposed to be moving because of USO, well, the spike was Fugazi. It was my black chart. That one doesn't really matter, but look at it go sideways. Absolutely nothing happening, so I don't need to be in battle. So I was able to just get out flat. It ticked down once, and that's all. And I'll just leave the trail on WBD. Lozo, thoughts on this stinky meta? Well, you just said it yourself. Downward sloping major moving averages. Underneath both of the major moving averages, these flies are annoying. Like everything about it looks weak relative to the other Mag 7. I think, if you're looking for dip buys, I like Amazon coming into the 200 period potentially, maybe the 50 period first. That looks better after the quarter that they just had. Meta feels like, hey, this curl flat bottom break, and if it breaks that low, the 500s, then I think you get some real value if that breaks down. But here, no, I like some of the other Mag 7s a little bit better. Mike P. DeRider, ahoy, which is what we're supposed to say. I know you're in your pirate mode there. Ahoy. Ahoy to you as well. And thank you for the super chat there, Michael. And for anyone that doesn't know our good friend, Mike P. DeRider, hands down the most dedicated in the morning chat by far.
He's
come on
the Commonwealth pirate over there.
Yes.
So, big shout out to P. DeRider. Obi, just before he left, was like, am I adding anything to the SpaceX short. I said no, but I did anyways. Right there, 147.50 right there. So we added to that, and we just sort of piecing it out on the way back down in right now. So SpaceX, just give you guys an update, man. We are now 7 minutes away from the imbalances, and we know SpaceX has moved on imbalances before. So my best outs are all here at 145, a bunch of them at like 145.50s, 40s, so on and so forth. So those are going to be some good looks there for SpaceX. And if it comes back out, comes back down, then we will just continue to, look to empty out some of this clip there. I'm at 145.50, 145, 144.50 in case they do come sells. So if they do come sells, giddy up on that one. Ahoy, Mike Peter Ryder, as we get ready for SpaceX to come through. We're plundering this name right now. Okay, so that's going to be a good one there. SK Hynix. Okay, get back down. Get back, SpaceX. Get back, man. Let's go. We'll see how low that one goes there on SpaceX. Back down to 145.80s again. All right, the something that just showed up on the note there on the board, my board anyways, was SK Hynix. All right, so I don't really know. Oh, maybe bouncing off this 170 mark right there. Nice move higher on SK Hynix, up that 3 and a bit percentage points. Still really like this name. I feel like this is a long. And I actually really think that this break of 190 right there is coming a little bit quicker than maybe we think. So watch out for an SK Hynix 190 break. I think that's inevitable at some point. If you're playing options, like I'm not an options guy, but I think you might get some premium in that if you can play that maybe next Friday break. Well, it's so early, not maybe this Friday. I don't know what those look like, but I think SK Hynix is going to work. You're a couple of stories away. SNDK definitely working itself out. I mean, SK Hynix too, you can actually see what it does over in the Kospi and maybe have a look over there as well. So a couple of different ways of playing that name. Saying it's up another 10%. Like SK Hynix goes 10% tomorrow, then that's it. That's 190. So, get ready for some of those plays to come through there. With now 5 minutes until imbalances, we can have a quick look to see if Reddit has flipped or anything. Still a sell, as Neil had mentioned. Okay. Yes, 50. We get it, man. We get it. 50, 145, 50. Right there. That's a $2 winner coming back in. And you got to sometimes believe in your trades, man. I mean, we could have emptied it all up there when it broke through 146. Stop still remains at 147 right now. So we have about 20% or so of what we had at the top of that. So good move down. We'll get it back into 145. We'll see. That's my next bid is 145. And I guess nobody believes in Mr. Elon Musk, eh? Like, the guy comes out with a timeline there, and then people are like, that's a nice story. And it just kind of sells right back down in there as robotaxis may or may not be coming.
That's a
maybe
weird
now in August.
I don't like that.
I don't know. Like, to me, the fact that they're talking about August, which is right now, means that we're going to see these things on the road in the next 2 weeks, which means Uber can probably go directly into hell. Like, I don't even know why I'm owning this stock. There goes Uber downside on that.
That reaction actually makes sense.
I think so. I'm not getting in an unmanned car right away. So I don't know what the look is for Uber immediately, but I do know that, obviously when you have a gun pointed right at your business, like Tesla's doing there. We've seen Amazon destroy many companies, and we'll have to wait to see if Uber is another one of those victims.
But Uber's future is partnering with automated driving systems. They don't have it themselves. They're partnering with somebody else. And if the biggest player is Tesla, they will never partner with Uber. So like essentially, if the biggest player in North America is something that Uber can't be with, they have to hope that like Waymo or somebody else wins the game, because if they don't, then Uber loses.
I still think that the Uber Eats business is protected because
there's other aspects of
you have that business, but that's a small. I don't know what that looks.
Future upside growth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the
issue.
I don't want to get out of Uber right there, but yeah, only 3 minutes now until we'll see the flip up there. We said that crypto was starting to go. You looked at
Reddit's getting smaller.
Okay, so RDDT, do you have it up? Getting smaller. So, all right, down 7% there. And again, we're having chart data. If we didn't call up the chart before basically 1 o'clock, we don't have any data on it. So it's going to be hard for us to look, or for me anyways, to look at Reddit because I didn't have it up there. But that's 167 to 167.50. So look out for a break right into here if we get back upside on a flip of that imbalance for Reddit, okay? So have a quick look at RDDT on your scanners for sure. That's Reddit.
Yeah, I think it's like for me, because it seems like it's going to from 3 million to 1.4 million. If it does come out a buy, I'll probably just want to break out. Like right now, I'd set it at 66, but there's still 2 minutes to go, so it's kind of pointless. But when it gets underneath a minute, then you start thinking about how tight you want to put it to that stop. So I'm not missing a ton of data. My chart's a little bit better. I pull this over so it's in the middle. Nah, it doesn't want to let me. But either way, we'll still give it a couple of minutes in here for sure. And Ken says Uber Eats needs to launch their drone delivery service to stay relevant. I guess that's another level they have. I get a lever, I suppose, is go drone delivery to cut costs and be cheaper. It just comes down to the fact they need something to get cheaper to drive more growth. But I just don't see anything for. And we'll
drone delivery ain't gonna work for Uber Eats.
Nothing's going to be bigger for them than the potential of automated driving. If they can be the platform for the predominant whatever automated taxi system there is, as long as they grab a decent enough market share, then they should be good to go. But they're starting with less data because their competition is Tesla. And guess what happens when Tesla turns into the everything app next year? Because Tesla and SpaceX I think they're going to merge. I think it's just every single day it kind of confirms the notion that everyone believes it's going to happen. So I think it'll happen. And then next year they become even a bigger behemoth, because then Starlink is connected to them as well. All right, less than a minute to go. It's still over 1 million shares on Reddit. It would be much nicer if this thing was underneath 1 million. Then you could be more sure it was going to flip. There's still a decent chance this comes out as a sell imbalance, and then it's a nothing burger.
All right, yeah. Just looking at it right now, SpaceX, we have now 30 seconds, so we'll call this up. Well, we will look at everything. My stop is at 147, remember, so if that does come through, man, we'll be on it, and we'll wait to see what winds up printing. If and when that winds up printing, that's going to be SpaceX. Hopefully I'm hoping it's a bigger imbalance so that, it can at least move one way or the other. Our stop is still at 147. We don't have a huge bunch of shares left, willing to give a little bit of it back upside. But I'm just going to punch out just really quickly before it comes out. There we go. Take some more out at 10. And now let's see what winds up happening on that, because, we don't want to leave it completely to random and it doesn't look like anything. So I don't even have SpaceX on here right now, and it didn't move at all at 350. It looks like Intel with a little bit of a sell. That's not really doing a whole heck of a lot. Stock sell Apple, maybe with a little bit of a sell.
Reddit's tiny.
It doesn't seem like it's very big. CoreWeave catches a bid, so we like that name there. Up. Oh, wow, actually, CoreWeave dumped at the end of the day. They were actually on fire again there today. Nebius was a good stock. I think CRM. Okay, we don't see Salesforce on here too much. That's a decent buy. Ooh, Salesforce getting back up to side again, up through 200. Maybe a potential there for CRM. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's too big anywhere around here. I'm gonna take that opportunity to get another piece out. So we'll just punch out at 20.
It's a buy, but it's small for SpaceX. 100. I see like 276K for SpaceX. I just have an imbalance locator that's just individual names. And then Reddit, Reddit's a small sell here. So it's actually, now it's a small buy, 3,000 shares, but that's pretty insignificant. So yeah, kind of a nothing burger. We just punch out. We're not going to get that second spike up in WBD. So I'm just going to get out here and then move on, because I think Reddit, it did pair off. So we wanted to see it go from a sell imbalance of what was over 1 million shares into a small buy. So there's a decent chance this could still end up a bid. So maybe a 166 could still break for the 355 turn. But I'll keep hollering out the numbers. 10,000 not going to do it. And you can see how small the overall imbalances are for the market. 500 million to buy is nothing burger for the overall market. And the Mag 7 coming in at a 127 sell. I'm not even sure what Mag 7 name is flipping them, because none of them
How come we don't have
UiPath, nothing, JBLU,
that's
Plug. Like, look at these. Well, CoreWeave is in there. iBit's going to be in there, but nothing. MSTR, 500,000. That's probably had a good day today.
GDX had a sell, but it's paired off. So I just was going to say GDX, that's gold miners, right? So they had a little bit of a sell come through there. Gold miners actually doing a little bit better than GLD there. This is gold, like almost like pure gold there. Gold is shares of gold. The GDX is the miners. So you can see like this has gone from basically 360 bottom to 405. So it's just over 10%, when GDX, which is the actual miners name, and we had Raheem on here talking to us about some miners there. Agnico he liked, and a few other ones. That's gone from 70 to 90, so much better as a performer there on the miner side of it than actual gold proper. So that would be good there. All right, what's going on, my guy? Easy peasy, 2%. Fill in the blank. We hold to 88. Was that Robinhood? What does he want to say? We in the blank hold to 88. We the people? Okay, do you understand what he's trying to say?
No.
Fill in the blank. Okay. We something hold to 88. Do you want us to give us a stock? We think maybe get down to 88. I was thinking. I thought about maybe Robinhood. Let us know. You don't have to super chat. Just let us know in the chat there, easy, what you want us to do with that one. Right there. Maybe Derek can figure it out there as well.
Golf franchise.
Are you buying crack? Just a kind on the street, but I don't know what that stock is.
You just wanted to say it. Is that an actual stock? That's even better if it is. Oh, the oil refiners. No, we're not buying the oil refiners ETF, but I'm surprised it's a joke that we haven't made. So shout out to you, golf franchise. But that'll be a resounding no. I'm also curious, and miners, not miners. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm very curious as to what that 88 means. Because now I'm racking in my brain, like what symbol? It's probably something that we were looking at today. That could be. No, that's over $100, man. That can't be. No. That's over.
Yeah, but say holding. I don't know. Maybe he's short. I don't know. I would say 88. How was the low of Intel? It was 80. Okay, so 88 is the rate.
What could he be talking?
I don't know. I'm just throwing those out. I'm not sure what exactly is going on anymore. Where am I? Okay, so SpaceX. I'm gonna take out another bid. Just take out some more now. As the lowest we got there was 145.50. Just gonna wait for 147 now. Look, worst case scenario, man. This turns out to be and we have a very small piece. I have 10% left than when we joined you guys right there, but that's including that reload. So we've done really well. Like, it's just been a good move down there for SpaceX. It will be, no matter what, my top stock, but it's within dollars and pennies of Nvidia trade though. So there was some good opportunities there for sure to come through here today. Nvidia being one of them. As well at 225. It's right there right now. I'm not taking anything with 5 minutes left, but Nvidia's at a good little level. We can check out that tomorrow. There, SpaceX getting ready to do some sort of a flip, maybe.
It just grew to 500,000.
Oh, okay. I was going to say because it just did have a nice move. Okay. Wow. Okay, I don't know what that just did there. We'll take advantage of that one. Back to a sell rate there. So yes, look at that. Let's go. Nice move there. We just went from 30 cents as a winner there into $1.30. Like that just went from 146.80 there, and we just got filled at 145.90. We didn't get it all, but we got a decent piece. So let's just punch them out there. This is what I'm talking about, like bank error in your favor, basically. I mean, we let it go all the way up, and then it just came right back to where it was pre sort of imbalances. So, all right, we take it out. We learn our lesson. Remember, we got some out at 46.10 just before 350. So the fact that this happened, yeah, NASDAQ right now talking about 23-hour continuous trading. We just heard 23 hours a day. So that will absolutely destroy Blue Ocean, of course. But
we knew this was coming.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to take advantage when you see some of those things before, because the minute that happens, Blue Ocean can just basically close their doors. But there goes NASDAQ. This is what the NASDAQ stock looks like recently. So a lot of hot fire happening in NDAQ as well. And maybe that's a hot take on Blue Ocean. I don't trade it enough. I just know that if NASDAQ's going to remain open, then ARCA, EDGX, BATS,
like all the liquidity is going to go to the regular venues.
Yeah, they will all just hang out there and be open. So I think that that's going to be interesting. And look, Blue Ocean has its, and so does Moon and all that.
And
so
good for them to be out there.
Yeah, and I don't want to completely throw in the towel on those. I don't know enough about what that regulation is going to look like. When it goes 24, or we just heard 23.6.
I think the idea is that
thank God they'll give us Sunday off, it seems like.
I think it'll be similar. It's just, I don't think much is going to change in the market.
Is that a Freudian slip? Thank God they'll give us Sunday off?
Yeah. Well,
Chick-fil-A is still not even open on Sundays, by the way.
Speech, man. It's fine. Easy peasy. It's WETO. Well, see, you have to tell the symbol because this is so far from 88. How could we have possibly expected that you meant?
Oh, he did say something T-O.
Oh, wait a minute.
There was something in that message. Okay.
No,
remember I was like, we the people? And I was like,
you're right. That other super chat probably.
Yeah, that's our bad.
See, that's why, because it says we and then fine.
That's my bad.
But why $88? Go back. Is it 88 because it has an 88% short float? That's it's insanely random, but it's going to have to do something spectacular to get there. But when you hold up the way that this did, like it's gapped, it didn't fall apart day one. It ran day two, day three. Obviously day three is yet to be seen, but if there's some continuation and someone's getting squoze, on this. But 88, I think we're just making numbers pie in the sky. The more important thing is if you're holding this overnight, like what's the situation here? Can they drop an offering on you? They file? Like that's the thing that you really got to be concerned about, is whether they decide, hey, look at this price action. Let's drop an offering on
you. Ain't wrong.
Again, that's your overnight when something's up this much. If you're in it long anywhere, you're probably crushing it. But your risk is overnight that some news takes it down like 80% or whatever. And then remember, in 2 minutes, there's no such thing as halts. Because once you're in the aftermarket, this thing can do whatever it wants. It could drop $10, run $10, pretty much anything can happen with this bad boy. Disappointing for Reddit here. It never grew. That buy imbalance is like 250,000. So all the people that front ran this going S&P 500, it's like, it has to show you what you're looking for on these imbalance trades. Otherwise, you're just going to get destroyed trying to guess that it's going to be a big buy. At any point, if it flipped, I was ready to punch, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen at all. But there's that headline, 9 to 4 a.m. coming in December. Right?
December?
So 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. new trading session.
9
in December
p.m.
to 4 a.m. in December.
So 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Okay, so that means we're going to be closed from 9 p.m.
Well,
At 4 a.m. it's going to open, and it's going to close at 9 p.m. It's the other way around.
No, it's going to open at 9 and close at 4.
So it'll be like it's like adding the overnight because there's the aftermarket session.
Oh, yeah, right. So
and then the pre-market session now starts at 4:30, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. So they're going now. NASDAQ introduced new trading session. But this is just, I guess they still got to go through approval from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. there for NASDAQ, because right now it closes at 8, right? 8. So right now you can actually trade the NASDAQ.
I guess it's like an hour change.
Yeah, like you can just trade it to 8 p.m. right now as we go. So they're just really extending it an hour and then keeping it open all night. You know, then I guess closing at 4 a.m. and reopening maybe at 7 a.m.
You know where it gets interesting? These
5 a.m.
These crazy Chinese ADRs. Because
Oh,
now they can run them at any time of the day, and there'll be lower volume overnight. So forget about starting it at 4
But will there
o'clock.
be? I don't know if there will
can
be
just
lower
run them.
volume.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think it'll be interesting for those. As we ring the closing fake bell.
I think all you want to do is when that winds up happening, you just want to be in it for the first couple weeks to see like where the volume looks like, what those opening, because I guess they're going to have different opening and closing auctions and all that kind of stuff. I feel like the bell still rings at 4 p.m. every day.
Because they still have to have a closing. They're going to still want opening and closing price to determine percent moves, that kind of a thing. I think that stays true, and they still anchor us to our regular 9:30 and 4.
Yeah. So we'll see about that press release, and we'll just get going on that as we continue to figure it out. But that's interesting there. What's up, Fabian?
What are we at?
Uh-oh. Fabian's micing up. We just keep that mic with you. Yeah, what's going on?
I know. I just want to say thank you to all the people that donated today. We're past 2,000. That's awesome, and it's only the start, guys. I'm excited.
Fabian, build something that we can push, like a barber, like something.
Like an animation.
Yeah,
animation.
Okay.
For the next 6 days, 7 days, whatever. And as long as we're here,
you got it.
So we'll play it, because we only now have 4 more days this week, and then give us all 5 next week, and we cut that thing off 3 p.m. or so. We haven't exactly figured that out.
Well, and the afternoon show makes sense.
Yeah, something like that, or even on the midday, whatever. When we have the most amount of viewers, it'd be kind of cool. So we'll get that all figured out. But yeah, an animation would be kind of cool. But
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Maybe with even the QR code on the animation.
Yeah,
or something, so
I like that.
There for a couple minutes.
It'll just be me like pointing down. Like
there we go. Look at that. Look at that. So 4 years or so of hair.
And Obi's next.
Being chopped off right there. Obi just petting him like he's a cat there. So that was really nice there. Obi, thank you
for
those friendly pat downs right there. But all right, thank you for everybody for watching, man. Thanks, Fabian, for doing this great idea. Whoa, 22. Okay, right there. So yeah, let's see if we can get up to that $5,000 and beyond. I mean, if we can
more,
go much further than that, you know, I have a feeling there might be some late sponsorships coming in. So
right at the end, trust me.
Yeah, wait out for that one. I think there's going to be something coming out there. But yeah, thank you, Fabian, today. Obviously, one and only. Thank you to Obi for filling in. You're going to see a lot more Obi coming in the next couple days because Sharif's gone on. I think he said close of Wednesday. So I think the first day for Obi is going to be Thursday to Thursday or something like that. So he'll be here all week, starting Thursday for a full week after that. No Sia today. I hope she's well. Joe's just on a rest day, so he's all good. Sharif, thanks for that show. Adara in the back, obviously always working, and even now. Who else is over there? Ramin, Tiffany, thank you.
But the last thing is, let's all wish speedy recovery to the thumb for Gia.
Yeah, well, there's not much you can do at this point anymore.
Put in
yeah, we are
or whatever.
Yeah, we're just. She's got to go to plastics and see. Maybe it's the kids, see if what they're gonna do with it, but maybe nothing. It's just it just sucks because she misses all.
Because you miss it. Yeah, it's right in the heart of this. Like,
well, baseball's now done for that, but our playoffs don't start until I think it's September 10th.
So she'll be back for playoffs.
Oh yeah, that part's
okay,
fine.
okay.
But I don't care about baseball. It's hockey is really the whole thing. But she's still a rep baseball player. But it's about for her, it's about hockey. So, okay, yeah, good. Thanks for the well wishes. And we have a practice tonight. You don't have anything.
If we lose today,
today's
over.
your game. Oh, okay. Well, then good luck.
It's do or die for my daughter.
Yeah, you're telling me about all these lineup things. I didn't realize it was tonight.
Yeah, if we lose tonight, season's over. If we win, we're going to the semifinals.
So what would DraftKings have the line at? Like, is it a relatively close match tonight?
Look, we beat this team twice.
Okay.
One time handily. The other time, I think it was only by 4 or 5 runs.
Okay.
So look.
So I'd say you guys are minus 150.
I hate to say we should win this game.
You're right.
Right, but that's like anything. You can't expect to win, but we've been the best team all year long. It would be a huge disappointment to the kids if we bout out now. Let's just say it.
Okay, well, let's see. I mean, the weather's perfect, so nice. We will have some games tonight as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. 4:04 right now, 8 tomorrow.
Wow.